Welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena, and you're watching our coverage of the NACE Valorant Fall 2022 season. And over 70 teams are competing across 11 divisions, looking forward to advance to the bracket national finals. Boise State is currently in the West Division, looking to pick up a win tonight against Wichita State. And I'm your host, Brandon Redhawks Koziancic, and of course, joining me to call the actions, none other than Greg Oldsoul Smith. And Greg, how excited are you for this match tonight?
I'm really excited for this match tonight. It has, for me, kind of a refight feeling to it. We were in a similar situation last year and unfortunately fell off the horse as Wichita got us there. So I'm ready to see them come back at it. They are fresh and feeling hot off winning this trophy right here, the Campus Clutch from Red Bull, regional winner, but so is Wichita State. So we have opponents here. Yeah,
I think, last semester they lost, but I think this semester they have a new roster, and we've kind of seen Boise State really kind of, I would say, come together as a team these last couple of weeks here. We saw them, like I said, you want to win that Campus Clutch here, and I think they're trying to get another kind of underneath their belt here. And of course, we can look at the kind of format here for the NACE Star League, which is a 5v5, best of 5, first to 13, and you swap after 12 rounds. And of course, on top of that, they have the map ban system in terms of, the pick bans for maps. We'll see that and learn about that soon enough because, these guys love to do it at the very last second in terms of, well, we actually kind of play this or that, and so do that. And of course, we have Doc's keys to the game, which in Valorant, you want to focus those angles, flank, and know your win conditions, count those cards and call abilities, and click those heads. Doc's keys to the game are brought to us by Drop-In Gaming. Drop-In Gaming is a premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competition gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. And of course, we have tonight's lineup today, brought to you by Count. Count's Identity Trust Global Network delivers real-time fraud prevention, account protection, and enables personalized customer experiences for the 9,000 leading brands. Of course, we see the roster here. We got Rariana, Daimyo, Aldum, J-Bag, Skies. You see them all on stage. They're ready to go. And of course, they're coming off that LAN win, so definitely got to readapt to those online situations that we all know and love. And like I said, right now we don't currently know the maps because they're still kind of getting together there. But, I mean, we've seen a lot of different maps here from Boise State in terms of we've seen, Fracture being kind of played. We've seen Breezes being played, playing against, I think usually Bind and stuff. Oh, here we go. So we see Bind, Haven, and Breeze. And so these are kind of the similar maps. I think Pearl is a big ban, or people just kind of haven't gotten enough practice on it yet. Usually for both sides, too. It's kind of a thing where people haven't really practiced yet, and we haven't seen too much meta on it as well in pro play. So I'm really excited for Bind, I would say. Bind traditionally is kind of that more defensive-sided map, and we kind of see a lot of players can make, big plays in the map in terms of these team plays. We've seen a lot of coordinated attacks. What are your kind of overall thoughts on Bind?
Yeah, for sure. Coordinated is a word that I would use. I mean, with these old school maps that have been around for a long time, and they get their tweaks here and there, and metas always change as we get new characters out, but other than, agent advantages just here and there, people have got a good idea of what to expect when they're coming to this map. So definitely a safe pick when you're holding it up against Pearl or something where the meta is kind of just a big black box of we don't really know what the other team is thinking about this. So you said this one's pretty defensive.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to a solid game between us and Wichita here on Bind.
Wichita State. Like Boise State. We're both not state.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm Bind's kind of those maps where I think it's kind of progressed, people don't like it as much just because of kind of the nature of Bind. We've definitely seen a lot of different comps and we've seen pro play in terms of champs and stuff where it's that kind of double controller where you have Viper and Brimstone. You kind of have Viper act as that sentinel that you don't usually have. That is a little bit more, I would say, execution heavy. You know, I think it takes a lot more practice and things like that. So I don't know if we're going to see that kind of here at NACE. I could definitely expect, you know, the chambers coming out. We've always seen a chamber for both teams. I know Skies plays a lot of chamber as well. I think we've seen a couple other Boise State players kind of pick up chamber as they've practiced more. They have a lot more agent picks under their belt, which is always a good thing. But definitely think we're going to see that chamber coming in. Daimyo, obviously, usually always on that Sova and kind of doing the IGL position there. I mean, I guess another question is you know, Daimyo is the IGL of this team. I think he's the youngest person on this team.
Yeah.
What do you think that usually kind of means for like an IGL to kind of step up in that position against these players?
I mean, it's a lot of pressure, I would think, right? You kind of have to be the shot caller when you're the IGL. I mean, that's like the purpose
that's
of
what
the
it
role.
is, yeah.
That's the whole thing. So, but it also means like quick adaptation to what's going on, right? The IGL is not just a playbook.
Yeah.
He's like looking at the situation and reading it and has to make those adjustments, but also listening to the team to take those things into account. And I'm ready to see Daimyo.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I think one thing to always kind of know, and this goes for like a lot of these games, especially Valorant here, for an IGL, like the biggest thing is you're expected to play at like the top of your performance as well, like as you're doing this. So I mean, we've seen like, you know, players where people kind of go on FNS for Optic and be like, oh well, he's not playing as much, but it's like you have to do so much for that. So I think it's pretty impressive when you see an IGL kind of really get top of those leaderboards or, you know, play really well because it sets a tone for the team, and it's a lot of brain power at the same time.
Yeah, interesting that they put like the initiator being the IGL is a good, like the duelist to the initiator kind of being like the forefront and the lead to it. Makes sense.
Yeah, and I think also a little bit of kind of a topic here is both these teams are 5-0 in NACE, so they have not lost for each of them. I think Boise State's on a hot streak as well as Wichita's on a hot streak. I think, you know, when you haven't lost for a little bit, I think, you know, there's a little bit of a change where you definitely have to make sure that you're humbling yourself and getting better at practice. We kind of think about that when you're kind of on this big win streak.
Yeah, we talk about staying honest a lot in the matches. Like, don't ego peak things, don't ego check things. Be careful about the way you're approaching it, getting tangled with how you've been doing before. So, yeah, they just are looking at these 5-0 so far, very clean. And the winners will be moving on to the playoffs for NACE, and the losers, I think, fall right out. And
they go to LCQ, the last chance qualifier, I think, which is in either next week or a couple of weeks. I don't know about that, but whoever loses, this is definitely not out. So you definitely get to that last chance qualifiers, and obviously you'd probably get a bigger ranking in terms of like if you're higher up here. So definitely a decent amount of, you know, stuff on the line here.
There's definitely a risk.
They'll also see each other at the Red Bull Campus Clash, and that's gonna be in Dallas. I think that's like later in November. But if these teams are probably gonna be, you know, meet again at some point. So definitely, I think a really good match for both of these teams. It's one of those things they're kind of gauge on. Okay, well, where are they at? Where are we at? Let's see kind of how we're gonna play each other, and this will be competition later on as well. So. And this is what I was kind of talking about. So Boise State is actually opting into that Viper Brimstone comp that we've seen in the LCQ. We've seen it in Pro for a while here. And it's going to be a lot more execution heavy. So they're going to have Daimyo on the fade, and we're going to see Aldum on that raise. And for attack power, it's going to be a lot of pick reliance, and we're going to see a lot of execution being played. And whereas on the other side of that, the defense as well, going to need a lot of communication in terms of those Viper walls being up, the Brimstone smoke, stuff like that. So I'm really excited to see Boise State kind of do this because you can tell they're coming together as a team more, and they're really getting comfortable with people's strengths and weaknesses of the team as well.
Yeah, definitely so. On the attacking side, though, we see the Shockers from Wichita State. We've got Seeks, Lotus, Truman, Thiessen, and Apisaris.
Yeah, nothing's really locked in just yet here, but
got to use that Riot 3.
Definitely going with kind of the, I guess, older style of comp like Bind with a double initiator. It's pretty common now on most maps. You kind of have your flashes of the sky, then you also have that fade. So I can definitely see Wichita State obviously being attacking and defending first. I think that's one of the things that gets glossed over a little bit. Teams definitely take that into consideration when agent select, because it's like, when you're defending or attacking first, that's 12 rounds. And of course, you know, it's 12 rounds always. But at the same time, it's like, well, if you can get a big advantage in those first couple rounds, you can get momentum in this game. I think that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. It's a momentum thing because you have to consider, it's 12 rounds, and that's not the entire game, but it could put you in an awkward scenario where you have less mistakes. I know when I very first started watching Valorant, it was like, why is there such a big deal of whether you like attack or defend first? Is it just a mindset thing? Doesn't it all restart? But just the points on the board and the momentum kind of changes the way you might approach things. I know we've talked before, and I like to a lot, about the different phases of the match where you have first, kind of everything's just like out on the table on these early gun rounds. There's not a lot of funny things that you can do, so it's usually like high energy. And near the very end, you have to decide whether you want to play very, very stable and very consistent, or bring that energy back out because you don't have like chance for mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely here. And so, like I said, the biggest thing in these next couple rounds, we're going to see kind of who kind of brings the pace and what it's looking like. You know, is Boise State going to start out strong? Is Wichita State going to start out strong? And I really do think pistol rounds are really important. I mean, getting that pistol round done and having that instant round 2 in terms of having that favor towards you, I think is very, you know, underutilized a lot of the time, and I think it's been recently where a lot of pro players are like, hey, I mean, the biggest thing of those matches were our pistol rounds need to be better, and it just shows that, you know, it's a good way to start the round. And so here we go. Truman going to be obviously doing the lineup here with the Rays. Boombots get clear into Hookah. Daimyo throws a haunt, doesn't see anyone here. Truman does get they have the Boombot and the Seeker find Daimyo, but they're going to get the space from Hookah, but they're not going to get into Hookah just yet here. Boise State playing too long. They do a great trade there. Skies gets 2, goes down, and now Boise State up 1.
Yeah, off to a pretty clean start. A very typical push straight into Hookah, and now they've kind of got to be a little bit defensive here. Wichita State took a little bit of space, but they decided to back up off of it. And try to take a re-hit around B long here. Going nice and slow, just waiting. They hear that jump peak, though, so they want to go out a ways, try to get a better angle on it, hoping that they make that mistake again.
Watch the timing, though.
Daimyo looking to come right around. Finds both of them. Teason going crazy. Moving right onto site with the spike. One to back up. Boise State's only got one more player on the board. So they're going to make that rotation now.
And yeah, that's one of the things that Bind really kind of has going for it is these super slow plays. You have to be really careful of where these players are going to be. So we saw at Boise State, we're looking in Hookah, but unfortunately, they just held long and then slowly peaked it up there. J-Blog now in a 1v3 situation, has one smoke, has a molly, and he has his frenzy.
Yeah, he knows where one of them. Oh, just an awkward position.
Yeah,
it's so difficult to enter this site alone. You kind of open up to a very, very wide 50-50 as that pocket and the U-Haul hallway kind of go live.
Yeah, he has 3 different positions he's got to look at there.
Really
and so, unfortunately, just doesn't get it down there. Boise State started strong there with a 2-for-1 pick there, but Wichita State played nice and slow and had a great kind of counteractive plan there where they slowly kind of like up here, they just walk, no noise, no utility, nothing. They walk up behind Boise State. Daimyo kind of had a hunch at the very end there, but unfortunately, it was a little too late, so they ended up getting Daimyo right away, and Skies, you know, obviously that's going to be a crazy 180 flick if you have to do that there.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice, ooh, yeah, that's a rough one for Skies. Kind of got caught off guard as they're trying to back-to-back that one. Moving right in for another one. Truman gets a little bit of eyes. It looks like they're playing very aggressive
really
on A.
aggressive.
Boise State really wants to take this bonus, does not want them to have it.
Got the dog kill.
Yeah, Lotus and Seeks finding their ones. Truman stands his ground against one, but I don't think he's expecting the second one.
Yeah, unfortunately, 7 HP, and Boise definitely just wants that one, you know, elimination if they can get it.
Raviana looking for something here. Oh, tries to alt fire, gets a few off, but it's not quite enough. Decides to split this wall.
Oh, good try for the ult orb there at the very end. Oh, doesn't clear his corner all the way. Yeah.
Not clear it. Truman hoping to get greedy and find the other one. It's not there, though. Rariana's now fighting way uphill and goes down.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're kind of saying, though. That's the standard of after that pistol round, right? You win the pistol, you're most likely to win that kind of that second round, that bye round. But I do want to say, I like plans like this that Boise State does where it's like, hey, we have only classics. Let's push through short. Let's push through Hookah, and then let's try to get a pick or something like that.
Yeah, if you've admitted that there's a low chance of you winning the round anyways, and you're looking for upset points just to, you know, try to make some kind of a difference here, just get as many kills as you can. Doing something crazy and out of pocket, like forcing right up in a split scenario, is understandable, and I think it was a good approach.
Yeah, and this would be the important round here for Boise State to win. They're going to be having that bye now, whereas Wichita State is now going to be on that bonus. And we are going to be going to a pause here pretty soon. Just, you know, a lot of things probably with either network or someone's, you know, internet. Not here, but you know, someone else. Yeah, things like that happen all the time. But like I said, I think that's kind of the importance I was talking about the pistol round. I mean, obviously they got 2-0 going up, and when you're attacking on bind, you definitely want any kind of rounds that you can have. The biggest thing now here is going to be this third round. I think it's a big one. I think Boise State definitely needs to kind of win this round to kind of neutralize that, to where once you get those Vandals and Phantoms, you win that one round, and then it's okay. Now you have Vandals and Vandals like versus Phantoms and stuff like that.
Right, exactly. This is where like the real snowball for the match kind of begins, right?
Yeah.
It almost feels like kind of coin tossy how the first 2 rounds go. And like you're saying, yeah, if they just need to work those pistol rounds, it's understandable. But like this is the meat of the game now as we're stepping into it. So good to get any technical issues out of the way that we may be having.
Absolutely, and I think another thing is these buy rounds. It used to just be okay. You bought Spectres or Stingers a while ago too, just because the Stinger was so broken and still is. But I think it's it's nice to see kind of we see they have a Guardian. I think they had 1 Bulldog and they have like 3 Spectres. It just kind of has like once you have that Guardian and Bulldog, it definitely kind of has a little bit more pressure in terms of that bonus, just because your guns are a little better than Spectres, and then obviously that close range Spectres running gun is kind of hard to deal with sometimes.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like, and once you've kind of changed like the close range to far away, you just have like a more dynamic kit. So you don't have to be forced to anti-eco or like forced to go super aggressive someplace just because the run and gun meta is your only strat.
Yeah.
So I like seeing that kind of loadout be picked.
Yeah, I do want to say there's been a lot of these runs have been pretty interesting just because sometimes in Bind we've seen a lot of like util kind of battles where it's like, okay, we throw stuff into hookah, we throw stuff out of TP. Lately we've seen, a little bit about that. We've seen, hookah being cleared with the Seeker and the boom bot. We've seen a couple things. We haven't really seen, the smokes come out from teams. We haven't seen like the full-on attack or defenses yet. We've seen a lot of aggression from Boise State in this defense here, which I think is a great kind of plan early on here. But we're going to kind of see how now it's going to progress as we get these Vandals and Phantoms and get into like the meat of the game.
It's true. And if they're prioritizing shield, it's not really an option is how much util you have. So, but yeah, just being able to really get into the meat of it. Mariana now trying to defend against this B push. We're already going to see the whole kit be dropped as they're kind of trying to defend this pretty hard. They are gingerly sending 1 over on the rotate to hold B a little bit stronger, but it's a split push as well. They're feeling the pressure on A, and we already have some utility entering there. In fact, the spike looks like it could be floating over to A.
Pizzasaurus. 42 HP, took some damage there, so definitely kind of trying to fake that A a little bit. Boise State still posturing on B, going backside a little bit more. It seems like they kind of give them a little more space as they have not seen anyone else so far. Seas comes in, Truman hits him with the nade as well, combo that we've kind of seen with this Fade and Raze. Here comes a double satchel. Truman's going to get onto site and see no one here.
Ooh, almost gets pulled. Not going to happen. They've set up a beautiful crossfire now.
Mariana's going to be into elbow. Not going down just yet, though. Loses the flash. Oh, unfortunately, Totus does get the kill there. Boise State is now down 1. Great nade from Aldum. Trade back and forth now. Still 4v2. Teason gets 2 there.
Teason did well with what he could. Pizzasaurus takes a beautiful angle, looking for another one and finds it.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing there is Wichita is definitely playing very patient. They are definitely not taking too many risky mistakes here. You could see as they kind of went out, onto site here, they had a post plant, they had ready to go. I think Teason here had a really great play. Getting 2 with that Spectre in a situation like that is more than enough you can ask for, especially since you were, basically down 1, and then you have that 3v2 situation here. Pizzasaurus definitely put in some numbers in with that Guardian.
And you talk about patience, and just the gameplay feel of the start of that round was very patient. It was very poke and prod. They took a little bit of damage, but didn't lose a whole player to one site. And even though the spike was still floating, still in pocket, they didn't know what site they wanted. They were able to feel out and like scout report, like, we're not really feeling A, but we took hookah on B. Let's move over.
Absolutely. And so we're going to see Pizzasaurus doing the kind of thing that he's been doing on the chamber, playing that A site, keep them honest for Boise State, making sure they don't push too much, space and things like that.
Yeah, Teason as well is posted up waiting for a big push from Aldum right here. And it happens, but the flick is too good.
Nice headshot there. Doesn't get the gun. I like that play. That shows a lot of discipline there from Aldum. Yeah, he has 22 HP, but taking the number advantage when you're already down in guns, I think is a huge thing, and it just kind of shows Aldum as a player is really heads up about that.
It is, and it's a good thing, too, because we had one waiting pretty aggressive there as well. Like, we know it, but they don't. Wichita State was pretty posted up on A, so just playing it safe. They got another one out of there.
I'll say, and now Boise has 2 guns here. Ooh!
Daimyo, too good. A free one for the Marshall.
And Boise State is definitely kind of showing up on this eco round here. Daimyo is now going to go back to elbows here with Skies, kind of having that retake option. They know they have the numbers, so at this point they just need to play together to secure this round.
Lotus is moving in.
No dog, just 2 flashes at the moment, so can't get too much information with the flashes. Yeah, he can get the audio cue, but he can't really know where they are. Seeker goes through. Oh, unfortunately does time out right before he can get at the corner.
Plant is going down. Sky's looking to make it around as he hears that plant call.
Spike planted.
Send in a little bit of util here just to try to crowd the play. Sky's able to get a little bit closer, but Alden takes one down before going down. Rariana finds it.
And that's a big round for Boise State. After losing that round last round of their bye round, it definitely takes a big toll on you. But for them to play this eco round so well, I think it really shows their mental fortitude there. That's a big round to win, especially with just Sheriffs. But apparently if you give Boise State some Sheriffs and a Marshall, they kind of make work with it. Those are some fantastic shots coming out there.
Absolutely beautiful shots. I love seeing it. Looks like we're going to keep moving on.
Absolutely. And that's going to be a little bit more of a momentum kicker there for Boise State.
Exactly.
You know, they won that bonus, that thrifty. Now it's time for them to, you know, get some rounds back here. Wichita State still in a spot where they definitely have a lot of credit still. As you can see, they have a full pie as well from the round before. Boise State kind of did something similar. So Wichita State still in the 3-1 lead here and looking to keep that. Now ultimates are starting to come up here. We have the Fade ult with the Seekers and the Orbital Strike. So we'll see how they kind of use that in conjunction with each other.
Yeah, that is one thing to catch about momentum as well. That's the KDA difference, which is ult points. Wichita State simply has killed more people, and they get to have first ults out, which can be some advantage rounds.
Absolutely here.
Looks like we still have Spike in pocket for Wichita State as they poke a little bit around on A site and B site. Pizzasaurus going to be the first one pushing right up mid. Got Bath considering moving around. Some people watching these long angles and a very relaxed approach to holding this site. I mean, you have first contact, Lotus taking a fast one onto Skies and backs right out. Good discipline. Hookah now empty. We see a B site rotation. Pizzasaurus looking to float around just a little bit.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so they went a little too far, I think, than they wanted to there for Aldum.
Yeah, the satchel peak was a little bit further than we expected. Truman now clearing out this site.
Pizzasaurus getting another one on A side. Definitely holding them pretty honest over there.
Yeah, and now they have the Seekers.
And, I think the biggest thing right now is Wichita State is playing this default pretty well. They're playing very patient. Definitely kind of waiting, seeing those angles that they can do. Pizzasaurus is going to just that A lurk demon in terms of he's not going to let them just push out of, bathrooms or short for free. Daimyo looking for a kill here, maybe looking to kind of save this gun. They do a triple peek, kind of usually to get flawless. Wichita State coming back with kind of some firepower after that thrifty. They kind of wanted to make sure, hey, that kind of was a fluke or something like that, But here we go, Boise State might have to save after that one, but they should have money from the round before. We're going to see Skies getting the operator here. Definitely, in the past, we've definitely seen Skies do pretty well, especially on this map bind. Chamber Op definitely has a lot of situations where you can kind of hold things down. So let's hope that they can kind of see how they use that. And Boise State now at 1-4 on this defensive side here. Aldum going to be actually saving. Viper Spit coming from Rariana there on that A site.
This beast.
Actually showers. Oh, he dies to the nade though. It could have been a nade seize combo. We didn't quite see that, but definitely getting that nade kill is pretty tragic there. But it's still 1-for-1 at the end of the day. So still 4-4. Boise State has 2 ultimates as well as Wichita. 5 HP on Lotus as well.
Yeah, Wichita State were able to run straight up B long because Boise State was actually feeling an aggressive hookah hold, leaving B and B long open. Truman looking to come out of showers here has been the most successful avenue so far, and the utility is just not quite timed. Truman finding Daimyo for free. J-Back now the next line of defense against these two.
Oh, I like that try.
Tries to time it out, and we've seen that go excellently in the past, but just not quite there. Skies is going to punish Truman's aggression, and A is almost clean again.
We do have Skies with the operator on this A site here, so with Wichita State funneling in, we're going to see some... Oh, yeah. Tries to
make eye contact with both of them. Flashed out still.
There comes the orbital strike. Skies gets a pick on to Totus. Now a 3v2 retake here. They did use the orbital strike in the meantime. Oh, great job at Pizzasaurus though. Aldum, great trade. We see the showstopper used from Aldum.
And that's the end of the ult for Fade, so it's
wow.
Goes down to the showstopper.
Great double satchel in there and just getting that pick for them. An overall great retake from Boise State. Kind of a half buy, I would say. We saw an operator, we saw a couple guns, but we saw, you know, Spectres as well. So Boise State kind of doing a really good job with these kind of eco situations with, you know, not these full buys coming out there. And so definitely kind of bringing out the best of them there. But it's a big win, 2-4 now. And we are going to see a timeout from Wichita State here. Definitely just kind of probably one of those things of, okay, this is what we're doing well, this is what's working, what's not. Or, you know, it can always be a thing of we're seeing something that, you know, our players aren't or something like that. So definitely just a good timeout there, I would say. I think you get one per half. So
yeah, a good call. I think we see timeouts be called a lot when the momentum starts to shift. Not necessarily there's like a big point imbalance, but Boise State is kind of taking back some points here, and that was a pretty big one. That one was a little bit chaotic, but it had the play style that Wichita likes to employ, or that we've seen so far, and it feels like Boise State's trying to catch on to it.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely feels like, you know, it's definitely testing the patience in terms of they're playing a very slow attack. They're going to play default. They're going to be going everywhere. We saw Pizzasaurus, you know, basically just walk everywhere and get those picks. I mean, he's had a phenomenal aim so far. We saw that pick into Heaven against Skies, which is just a really great shot. And so both teams definitely going to be kind of amping it up now. I mean, we're going to see them kind of really fight for what they want to do in this first half, and we're going to see how they continue to adapt and how that timeout kind of plays a role in that. Wichita State has 3 ults now. They have that 2-4 Showstopper and that Orbital Strike still. Orbital Strike and Showstopper have been available here for a little bit. But we also have Skies having that 2-4 as well. Both not popped so far, though.
That is very true.
And here we go, Truman doing the usual, using that boom bot into Hookah to kind of clear it, as long as the Seeker on top of it.
This Wichita State Lurker, Sentinel Lurker Chamber, has just been able to walk wherever they want, and it looks like Boise State is considering pushing up into Bath, trying to punish that. Once they get that, this could be, there it is. Pizzasaurus is going to find one, unfortunately. And Aldum goes down.
And the thing about that chamber pick, too, though, is even if you double peek that there, if he gets one, he can TP right away and just keep that one. So definitely doing a great job on that chamber and keeping them honest. Like we just said, you know, he's just been sitting there for almost every round now. And it's not even that he's sitting there in a bad way. He's just keeping them honest and
Boise State expected it and tried to deal with it so that they could apply pressure from the back as well, and it just wasn't there.
Ariana gonna throw some snakes underneath. Here comes the Showstopper here. Skies get the pick. Does get flashed, but does trade.
Saving, but still the trade is there. Yeah, Truman gonna be finding that one. Teason now moving straight out with the spike. They're doing a flash rotate to A.
I like this play.
Interesting, that orbital strike they felt, so they knew they had to be close enough. The A is left unprotected as he moves straight on.
Yeah, I mean, the TP is a good one because it makes it seem like they're going to go B here, but they actually just take TP and run through because they only heard one TP noise. So
planted.
Definitely had that going for them, but now Boise State is now into a 2v3 retake situation, which he has one molly, but pretty hard to kind of use it in this situation. And Skies does have an operator, so going to be playing these close angles with this op. Going to have some really great reflex time. And look at this. They're playing these short corners. They definitely are aware that this operator is being chose. Swings. Gets one.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that the second time we've seen Skies get?
It is.
Absolutely.
It is. I mean, it's hard there because, I mean, not many people play 2 in that corner.
Right.
And they only saw the Sky utility. My only thing is I don't know if they saw the fade when he peaked, when he first peaked there, J-Bag. But I don't know. Who knows from that one. But now it's 2-5. And, I mean, like I said, I think the big factor for Wichita State here is they're really defaulting. They're getting a lot of information from Boise State. Pizzasaurus is getting constant picks, and then they're executing. They're just kind of waiting for Boise State to either get impatient or rotate early, and then they're executing off that information. Here comes Skies with that 2-4 here, looking to kind of make things happen. Finds the trail for J-Bag. Gonna get one more ult orb. T-Sun slowly getting that. And yeah,
just trying to move right out of showers here. I'm going to do some entry utility. Boise State, though, now having the time to kind of situate themselves, are rotating back around so they can hold A from the front, and they've sent here Rariana around long and may actually catch Chamber off guard, or at least he hopes to.
Yeah, and Wichita State, I mean, Yeah, it may look like they're posturing towards A, but you know we've seen this multiple times throughout this game where they'll do this and then they'll just go right back to B or something of that nature. Some great wall bangs there from Boise State, getting a lot of damage out to T-Sun.
Now, yeah, they're still posturing the spike like they are not sure where they want to send it, and Rariana has taken so much space on B that if they try to force that way and he's a real stopper, that could be rough for them. So it looks like they may have to force back up anyways. They're dumping out a lot of utility here into the main. All of them going to back up. He knows that's the entry.
Oh, yeah, the Haunt gets him a little bit. Does a lot of damage from Truman. Throws the nade.
And a satchel to keep him at bay.
Yes, Pizzasaurus had a great cross. And now Wichita State once again executing onto site pretty flawlessly here. 5 members alive versus Boise State's 3. And they have no really smokes for utility for retake here. J-Bag knows that one's in the corner. Gonna peek right here. Gets one. Looking for 2. Oh, has to reload.
That's the second time he's made contact with him. He just wants this kill. He wants him out of the corner. Sets up, tries a crossfire.
Oh!
His strafing is just too
good. Good trade. 2v2 now. Oh, there's the molly, yeah.
Oh, Seeks with a fly bullet. Ooh, takes the last 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard there as well for Boise State to retake after, you know, Seeks still had that molly on the ground. And Wichita State definitely playing some, I would say, off angles with how they're kind of placing their members. Playing a lot of just kind of different things of, oh, they're still in that corner or they're in this corner here. But unfortunately, I would say Truman did a really great job here, stalling for so long, getting J-Bag there with that 2-member, you know, peak, and unfortunately just had too much time there.
Yep.
But I think Boise State, I mean, got down to the one person there, but Wichita State, once again, I think there's a really heavy execution team, and that was the first time there that we've seen them execute with 20 or less seconds, and then Boise State knew they had to go there. Oh, but here we go. Once again, Boise State getting really aggressive. Oh. Goes down with Daimyo. They have one trade, but still 3v4 here.
Yeah, and J-Bag is hoping that there's some kind of walk there on A, and it's not going to be there. So they take B pretty openly.
Oh, Alvin, great kill there, yeah.
Yeah, to really clear that out. Rariana has made it further down the U-Haul, though, so they're going to be coming at the side. There is a smoke up still, so you kind of have to push way out on that. If you want it, looks like they're forcing forward a bit, still walking. Could get some serious contact. Here it goes open. Both of them repositions.
3v1.
Hoping for this next one. May even ult it here. Sure enough, Viper's Pit goes down right on top of the spike. It's not the greatest look.
Oh, he didn't see him.
No, he didn't. He's right underneath it.
Pizzasaurus. Okay, there we go. And I do want to point out here, though, J-Bag took a really long time to rotate, and you might ask, oh, well, why didn't he just rotate fast if, you know, they knew they were there? But that's kind of what Pizzasaurus has been putting into these players.
Yep.
He's always been lurking A. Every time they've pushed out, he's always been there. And so the biggest thing is even though J-Bag knows that at least they're kind of executing on the B site, he has to wait until they either see the chamber or fully clear that site because that's just kind of how it is.
Yeah, we've had 4 and 1 problem.
Yeah, exactly.
So you quite actually have to hear 5 guns or like make eye contact or see all the util to really flag that they're not there.
Absolutely.
And with quick rotate times from a chamber as well, you kind of have to give them a little bit of extra space too.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it makes sense that they kind of Wichita State by having this man, and it looks like they're doing it again, not with the chamber, but just having one float A splits Boise State's defense and keeps them honest.
Yeah, and still a good retake there from Boise State. Had members down, but 3-6 now. Definitely trying to get as much as they can out of these rounds. Can still go 6-6 in the half.
Sky set up a crossfire here, hoping to get some people as they come up B long, and it's quite a few. A great flash. Tries to time it, it's just not there. Daimyo didn't get flashed though as he was facing the crossfire. Is able to take one down.
Yeah, they definitely was trying to kind of like a bait for Daimyo there with, you know, kind of get some contact and TP out, but unfortunately, they just kind of killed him right away. Daimyo did get one, but it's still a 3v4, and retaking this B side is pretty hard with all these smokes and stuff around.
Rariana considering forcing out of this smoke is going to just try to throw a snakebite in there.
Never know.
Just in case. Just hoping.
And here we see 2 more members of Boise State, one going to hookah, one going long.
Yeah, and the one in hookah.
Oh, there it is. Aldum gets one. Gonna get some eyes there. Rariana slowly be kind of pushing out. Great nade into elbow here. Beautiful. Gets a lot of damage out.
Even.
2v1 now. They hit on the bomb.
Yeah,
they know he's very low.
So low. He's got to come out for it.
And
There's a free
wow,
one.
Boise State does a 3v4 retake. And I want to say it was great job there, J-Bag and Aldum going into that hookah, and then the long picks, and then Rariana just holding in that smoke, playing very patiently. Those brimstone smokes last a long time,
really
especially when
do.
you're in them. I like to play here. I mean, Daimyo did get one, but I think the plan was overall good, keeping him honest, try to get these things down here. But overall, great job. Insane nade by Aldum there, I do want to say. Got him a lot of out of elbow, did a lot of damage to T-Sun there, so, you know, peeking that made it so it was pretty easy.
Yeah, just positioning was so great to force them to split up.
Yep.
Like, they no longer can double peek when one of them has been forced down the hallway and the other one is, like, pushed out to fight.
Absolutely here. Now it's going to be 4-6 Boise State, clawing back, trying to get to the 6-6 for the half after kind of picking this comp.
J-Bag looking to back Rariana and Alden as they watch their A short, A long. Looks like that's where most of the action's going to be, but there is still one guarding. Seeks is going to be guarding this spike right here in B market. They don't really want to push up on him there. Teasin looking to aggress onto Rariana.
Catch them.
They have this entry utility. Nade doesn't go very far.
Yeah, and C's. So they got both of them out there. Definitely wanted to kill if they could, if their one was there, but now they have to lose 2 pieces of util.
A
And we're
good
to see,
boombot, yeah, a good boombot lets Alden know that they're pretty close, but looks like they're only going to start forcing in now. There's still just 2 of them.
And Boise State, you know, having 4 here, they're definitely kind of onto what Wichita State's tendencies have been. And so you see Skies just playing in hookah, not peeking it, not playing too aggressive, and then Boise State is fully ready for this Wichita State push. Does hit the initial paint shell onto him, but doesn't get too much damage after that. They try to get the C's, but unfortunately it was a little bit too close. Oh, great Vuln. The dog does find one in hookah. They do have the Seekers available, but don't know if they're going to use it. Same with the Orbital Strike. But they're also running low on time. 14 seconds remaining. Aldum gets a pick on T-Sun. Aldum gets 3, and Daimyo closes out the round by killing Seeks. And now it's 5-6 Boise State. After starting slow, this team is slowly getting alive. But I do want to say the attack is going to be a big uphill battle for Boise State. Having this comp, like I said, you know, Wichita State's kind of more built for this in terms of having that Sky and the double initiator with the fade. But that means it's kind of a double-edged sword for both these teams, right? I mean, that's what they kind of wanted to go in with. But at the same time, they're both going to kind of get to those, I guess, disadvantages for their comps for both when they switch sides.
Yeah, it's a very it's not over till it's over fight here. But Boise State, you're right, is accommodating to Wichita State's playstyle. They're starting to kind of approach the default scenario a little bit more cleanly.
And Wichita State going back to see, you know, Pizzasaurus playing on that A short. Once again, he is going back to, okay, hey, I'm going to go get a pick on A here, or at least try to. In the meantime, let you guys still take B.
He has been seen. Pizzasaurus did get
good smoke here. And a Seeker. Not going to find it, though. He's a TP away. Going to slightly concede.
Yeah, they have him out of there. And they're really feeling the pressure on B site. Yep, sure enough, get a rotation.
Oh, Seeker comes out. There comes the showstopper. Oh, Skies! Oh!
Skies was so close.
Truman ends up turning on him, getting 2 onto site. What a great entry there.
Saw him turn his back shot at somebody else and then responded.
That's a great entry there from Truman.
Really was. Totally just took that space.
Getting healed up. Oh, the Seeker.
Yeah, Boise State's rotation is here now. They're able to retake the site fairly well.
Does get the kill.
Response does style find it.
They got the half. They did get the half, but it's still 1v4 now. Oh,
right in sight, just not quite there. 1 health. Finds it anyways. Aldum getting some money back on that one. This is a beautiful nade.
Yeah, Pizzasaurus definitely doesn't get at the end of the day. And it's going to be 7-5 attack there from Wichita. I think that's a great score for Wichita State, something in their position. Like just the nature of bind, usually if you get a lot of those those rounds on attack, they're definitely feeling pretty good here. Boise State definitely started to heat up towards that end of that first half, so have a lot more to go here, but I think they're definitely climb back for this attack sided, or this attack side for this map one.
That works.
A climb indeed. Hopping right to it. Boise State on the offense.
Interesting. Pizzasaurus is going to put his trip onto B site there, taking advantage of the first round being longer than usual. So then he can go all the way to A site and place his TPs in time. Love seeing that chamber stuff where it's like, you know, you see them moving nonstop. But here we go. Boise State going to be attacking, going to be kind of favoring this A side hit, going really hard into showers right away. Seeker does find T-Sun. They do get, wow, 4 people pinged from that haunt. They know Boise is definitely looking for his A site. But they still have 2 members of Wichita State. Sky's just a great pick on the pizza source. Ooh, Truman in the corner there.
Oh, not the double take from Daimyo. Teasing to find Roriana. Daimyo to reply again.
2v2 now, though.
Is a 2v2.
They do have the plant. We don't know quite if he has a lineup, but Daimyo gets a lot of damage on a Lotus. Lotus now at 39 HP. That's 2 bullets to the chest there from that Seeker, or from the Frenzy.
Yeah, Lotus just really had to multitask that whole site by himself. Seeks now trying to make his way around. Almost had a great timing to it. There it is. He takes Daimyo. IGL off the table. Trying to get close to that spike, but it's still mollied in by J-Bag, who avoids the smoke. Sorry,
5 bullets left.
Barely.
Oh!
Can't quite find it. It's high damage, but just not quite enough.
And he's going to have enough time, yeah.
He does.
So close. 13 HP there from Lotus, and so close for having that. But unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, Wichita State does get 8-5 there, and losing that pistol once again. I mean, that's just kind of one of those things, you know, that does happen, and now Wichita State going to be buying in that situation. Boise State almost had it. One of these, once again, these, you know, Wichita State definitely playing these kind of angles where you're not really expecting them to, or they, a lot of pair things I would say they do as well, where it's either 2 pairs in a corner, you know, kind of having that crossfire as we saw in U-Haul there. We saw the dog come out, instantly peek before the dog's even out. So, you know, Daimyo really wasn't, he heard the dog at first, it was kind of semi-aware of it, but the peek right away is definitely not what you're ready for.
It is all Spectres now for the winning team of that pistol round, as Boise State moves, tries to move cleanly up A site here. Going to do a 2-2.
So you're seeing probably a lot of A hits here just because of, oh, another big ping. Oh, Pizzasaurus goes down.
But not going to be there. Finds nothing. Gotcha. J-Bag gets him.
2 for 2 though.
2. Yep. So.
And a bomb plant would be very beneficial just for that credits. Ooh, Truman might get a little greedy here. Could turn this 3v3 into a 2v3, but great nade onto the plant spot. Does stall a little bit more time.
Yeah, beautiful placement. Really scares him out of there. Now he's coming back, trying to get this plant back out. Not a real reply. They didn't really take the space that they were able to move with that nade toss.
Here we go, 3v3 now. I think Boise State has 1 or 2 guns in their pocket, but they do have the headhunter on Skies, so definitely a pretty even situation with guns here. Ariana playing from, oh, Skies in the smoke. They hit it, the defuse once. Oh. J-Bag does get the ultimate, but unfortunately has a 1v3.
Yeah, he's got a lot to do here. He has an easy sight onto the spike there, though. Almost found it. It's just the Spectre at that distance.
And you know,
very low health.
Yeah.
Truman at 3. That's a rough one.
Boise State does get the bomb, or the spike planted, so get some credits that way, but now 5-9 in terms of Wichita State. Boise definitely going to have a big buy round here, and going to have to kind of turn it around in terms of momentum here if they want to have a good chance on this attack here.
Yeah, this is going to be the places we are fast approaching these double digits with Wichita State looking at 9 points. A change in 4, you know, a spread of 4 isn't impossible to overcome, but it's not comfortable.
Yeah, and I mean, this is going to be one of those big rounds. I mean, we definitely don't want to see the situation that happened on attack here for Boise State, or sorry, defense here for Boise State in terms of losing that 3rd round. So we're going to see what happens here. Aldum does the usual standard. Oh man, and I will say these haunts from T-Sun are doing a lot of work for this team. They're getting picks from it. They're getting a lot of information. It's been almost, you know, 2 to 4-ish pings almost every round here. So just that immediately seeing all these players, they can definitely kind of use that information to their advantage. Here comes the dog. Does shoot it out. Does still concuss though.
Yeah, but you can't really take a lot of space off that info. Lotus still just jump peeking, looking to feel out this hallway. Just be intimidating as Boise State is looking to make their way up Hookah, try to take care of this 50-50.
Daimyo and J-Bag trying to just kind of get some hookah control here. Does have the haunt and the C's available. We'll see how that goes, but you know, Aldum slowly going to try to work to long. But look at this, we're seeing a Wichita push from long here. But they're walking.
Yeah, and this could be huge. But Boise State now, if they can get in through hookah fast enough. Yeah, but wait for
Ariana. He has the knife out. And, oh, he's getting caught from the side there. They're going to get 2 Phantoms now.
30 seconds left.
Oh, that is a rough one.
Now 3v4.
But now they know, and Aldum is set up is ready to watch this.
Seeker finds him. Throws the satchel out there to kind of stall them.
Yeah, he's able to get out. Teasin now looking to meticulously take through this window. Alden watching from the side might have a good angle on him.
Wait, Daimyo has a counter pick here.
Truman forces to the back with those satchels.
Alden gets one, but he's still defusing, and he's not getting off. And he's actually going to stick it.
Wow. Daimyo
Boise
finds the
State.
other two, but they still just don't take the point.
And wow, Wichita State definitely had a lot of trust with his other member right there, just to stick that and say, I have your back at the worst case. I mean, you know, we'll see if they peek it. And that's exactly what happened. They just
I'm
got
surprised
confused.
yeah, because that's low pen, and he had a Phantom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, it's medium pen for, like, you can shoot through that.
Yeah. The wall was.
But unfortunately, they just didn't think that he was sticking, because a lot of those situations, they don't. But, you know, as sometimes they say, pros don't fake.
Yeah, pros stick.
And so here we go, 10-5 for Wichita State. Definitely having momentum. Boise State gonna have some forces here. We see, you know, Phantom, light by here. Well, actually, be full force from Boise. Skies is a pick on a Truman. That's just what they needed here. Pizza Source does trade though. Has control of bathrooms. Does get mollied off. Now Boise State has control of this site, but unfortunately does not have control of showers.
It has been pushed right out. Boise State owning this
Seekers
site.
and Fatal coming out. Oh, Pizza Source takes another one down. Mariana still has that control of showers. Daimyo gets two.
That is huge, Daimyo, because Wichita State is all around Boise State. Two more left. Aldum go down. J-Bag.
Oh, he's defusing though. I don't know if he heard him.
J-Bag, could have found it if it weren't.
Man, Seeks for three. And I do want to put an emphasis. I mean, Pizzasaurus has had so much impact this game.
Yes.
He might not be the top frag of Wichita State, or he might, I mean, he is definitely up there for sure. But just his presence is enough alone. I mean, he takes showers there. Skies is a great first pick, but unfortunately Pizzasaurus does trade that pick. But unfortunately with Boise State is, in order to fully take A site, they have to get those showers for that post plant. As soon as Mariana goes into showers, Pizzasaurus finds that pick again. So at this point, Boise State it's so hard to defend when you can't have that option of showers. I mean, you have to then be constantly looking to your right rather than just kind of having that one field of vision towards that spawn area. And so it just has too much attraction in all these other different places.
Yeah, it was awkward just in space control entirely. Like, they also didn't have Heaven either or a short. They, like, got on a site and then it was so much flank was happening. Yeah. And good of Daimyo afterward to take two. Definitely freed it up a little bit, but Pizzasaurus was totally on top of that.
Yeah, I'd say it is kind of Boise State's playing to their comp, right? So they have the Viper and the Brimstone. That allows them to take this A site so aggressively and so, I guess, like, easily. In terms of it's easy for them to get on site because there's so many smokes, they can kind of play these angles that are advantageous to them. The problem there was obviously Pizzasaurus getting those picks and kind of maintaining that shower so you can't get that space.
And another good display of trust Pizzasaurus had for Seeks is Seeks had to basically scan the entire site to make sure no one was aggressing while he got that plan.
And I definitely think, T-Sun is gonna be wary in terms of Boise State. He's gonna be very wary of that haunt here. We've seen these really great haunt lineups and things like that. Just once again, pinging a lot of them. And wow, look at this TP. Wichita State making a very aggressive play here, but not going to go off of it. Boise State definitely heard that TP, so definitely are wary of it, but not too much they can do with this information. But when you look at that, Wichita State is actually almost all rotating towards B. They didn't get any pings, so they probably thought that Boise State was there, but they did get the flash ping for Sky there.
Yeah, the Sky's blinding light.
And, that's when Wichita State puts the brakes on and says, wait a minute, I think they're over there. Here comes the utility.
Didn't rotate all the way off. Pizzasaurus now in Heaven watching on to this bath, but there's a whole lot of smoke going up. Excellent placement there. Aldum looking to make it down this mid here. This short, sorry. Is able to take care of the Trailblazer, setting up the Boombot, trying to get here into U-Haul. Walks back out with the rest of his team. They're still kind of Spike in the pocket, looking to move it up through showers, but it's a slow play from the Boise State. Two of Wichita State still on B site, so the numbers game is an advantage here. Those visual deniers goes down, and Pizzasaurus is able to take one before getting traded. That's a big Skies finds two as well. Great Sheriff kill from Mariana as well.
here we go. 4v2 for Boise State. Definitely, you know, they're now 1 round away from at least guaranteed, you know, overtime. So we're going to see Truman slowly kind of take this site. Has 1 nade. Good throw into Hookah. Or sorry, U-Haul. That gets a lot of damage onto J-Bag there, though.
Yeah, pushes him a ways out, too.
Seeks gets a kill onto him.
This vision denial is just so good. Oh, tries to shoot back, doesn't quite find it. Skies to come around off of that contact noise. Good play. Yeah, those smokes were just excellently placed, well timed. Made it very difficult to check Bath and Short and U-Haul in that time.
Yeah, and that's absolutely, so now 6-11. Like I said, Boise State definitely kind of on the edge in terms of, they don't lose if they lose the round, but like I said, they have that guaranteed overtime that kind of looms over your head. But we're going to see here, Boise State, Sky's going to be propping the tour de force. Wichita State also popping the tour de force with the Pizzasaurus there. We also have Showstopper and then both orbital strikes available, so we're going to kind of see how they use these ultimates to get these spaces. Pizzasaurus going to go through TP with that tour de force, actually. Great flash, does get some information there. Boise still going for this B site.
Yeah, and a big unified push for it. Nobody's really watching that B long, so they may make it all the way in. There it is. First contact. A shot onto Lotus, but it's not going to be there. The tour de force getting its first ring. Skies delete it. Daimyo going to find one on a Lotus. They keep moving in now that this rotation is coming out, and they even have one looking to get right through mid. A little bit of contact there. Daimyo finds another one.
Spike planted.
Spike does go down. Wichita State.
Oh, almost gets to seize. Rodion gets a flank on the Pizzasaurus, though. Gets some revenge finally.
Yeah, and takes tour de force off of the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, being chased by Daimyo here on low health.
Oh,
Guys, so close, but the ADS at that range is just uncomfortable. Teason has one good shot onto it, but just can't hold it in.
Boise State win that round. It was Wichita State's save round here, so they're going to have this bye next round, but makes the score 7-11. Boise State definitely going on these runs, and, you know, I think it's going to take a lot of good mental and a lot of good structure here to get this game back into their hands. But Wichita State definitely kind of staying postured towards that, giving it a chance in terms of, okay, we want to win this first map. This is the map that we picked, and so definitely want to make sure they have advantage of that.
Boise State, though, will have a good run moving if they can take care of this bye round from Wichita State.
Absolutely, and we're going to see the ulti economy here. Rariana does have the Viper's Pit for once they get onto site. Aldum slowly going long. Can't make too much noise because this counter flash here does get flashed. Doesn't repeat though. Lotus with the dog sees him really close.
Yeah, decides to back up, sets a great angle for it, very wide. Finds it, Skies though to reply onto Pizzasaurus. That's a little bit of ground taken. They definitely have to back up. Wichita State not feeling super comfortable, try to send everybody over, but you called it, the Viper's Pit already in. They already have the plant out. It's a good response with the orbital strike, but it's not enough time. They just don't have anybody on the field yet, so this spike is going to go down. They got to make sure they can defend it though when they plant. So they're starting to spread out a little bit.
J-Bag throwing some smokes off. Does have the ultimate and the molly available. Don't know if he has lineups, but
it is all out on this round. Wichita State wants to guarantee they get that 12, and Boise State knows that if they can take this buy round from them, things just get a little bit easier. Rariana now deep in the field, the Viper's Pit, just looking for something. No taps. There it is. It's a fake though. Rariana forced to get close, goes down, and that changes the Viper's Pit, making it really difficult. They do
molly.
J-Bag's molly pays off, and now the orbital strike just to clear things up. It's going to be so low on time, they may not have a chance. J-Bag to find one, and that's it.
And there it is. That's what I was kind of seeing. You see J-Bag as soon as they plant to just start running away towards long. It's because he has that molly lineup and he has that orbital strike, and he definitely used both of them to his advantage there. And now we're going to see 8-11 here. Boise State slowly crawling up here. Once again, Wichita State is now going to have to go to their consecutive save round. And the thing is Wichita State's actually been the one who's called both timeouts, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, Random Noob, I think, is the coach for Wichita State.
And so, yeah, we're going to see here 8-11. Wichita State, like I said, just 2 rounds away. But Boise State slowly making that progress back. And once again, Wichita State is going to be on those eco rounds. They're going to be saving. So we'll see if they can kind of thrifty to get that spot going. Or can Boise State keep his momentum up here? Is he going to find them with a Seeker? Once again.
Up, aggressive. Alden's going to find one. Didn't have the gun out,
Lotus
he still
too,
finds it.
yeah.
He's crazy. Daimyo to reply onto Lotus for that one. A quick field scan to get out the plant. If they want to play aggressive here, they could find people coming down the hall. Looks like they're just going to give it up. They already have a smoke there. So Daimyo is going to be looking at Seeks and Truman coming in. It looks like they're trying to set up some utility. A good snake bite there. Just dumping utility, make sure people can't get past, but the Brim already wants it, is already kind of set up a base there for himself as well. They start to make this entry utility. Daimyo going to find one.
1 HP.
They double up for the second. IGL with 3K there, walking out 1 HP, literally 1.
Yeah, like literally 1. Okay, so they have their timeout.
Okay.
Defense has their timeout.
Teasin,
you called it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the biggest thing now is we're going to see it's now 9-11 there. So we see Boise State kind of still trailing, but definitely I think they've won 3 or 4 consecutive rounds here. So, you know, slowly climbing up to Wichita State. Wichita State is now going to have their bye here, so I think it's a good timeout here to call it now rather than before. And I think if they lose this one, it's going to be a really hard situation where Boise State gets a lot of momentum, and they start to save again. Because once you start kind of falling into that line of buy, save, it definitely kind of puts a dent in your momentum here. And I think the biggest thing here is kind of getting that back from Wichita State, whereas Boise State obviously wants to keep pushing their lead. Doing a good job in terms of their execution with this comp. I think at the beginning, like we said, even pregame, it was more so Bind is a big execution map. And Boise State definitely not doing the style of attack like Wichita was. They're just kind of really forcing it down, but that's kind of the upside of that Viper versus in the Brimstone.
Yeah, I would love to see this big just economy breaker come out and try to stretch them a little bit further. But like you said, this is the pick for Wichita State. Like, they wanted this map. This is theirs. They want to find this, and if they can get just 1 more point, there are no more mistakes that Boise State can make.
Oh,
like, they can still play a little bit funky here. Pizza Source is going to come out with the op.
No armor.
No armor.
That just means, that just kind of shows you, hey, it's an operator time for me. I think it's really worth it, and I definitely think that it's a very viable strat.
There's times it's
absolutely
so worth it.
Bring them down.
And at this point, it seems like Wichita State just needs a pick or something to get it going. So them buying the op is definitely going to kind of really help them, and they know that Boise State has been really kind of pushing long. And the thing about Boise State is they actually don't have flashes. So, you know, with that operator, you're not going to have too much counter other than the smokes, which definitely can be overwhelming, but nothing to kind of get you off that angle.
Boise State tries to bait some B-hold by sending some Prowlers up long, sprinting to grab the spike and move over. So there was basically not very much holding this A site. So once they took a kill, it was so easy to walk on. Now they've just got to defend it.
Ooh, Alden playing really aggressive. Does have the showstopper. Definitely wants to get some value out of this. Here comes T-Sun. Watch this haunt, though.
T-Sun's haunt is pretty central.
Oh, say a good thing for Alden that they were not in a good spot, like they were spot where they can shoot through. But
just trying to hold
here
people
comes
back
Fatal.
here. That's a big one. Alden does find that kill, though. Is going to be totally shut down here. They've dumped a lot of utility into making sure people can't come down the ramps, and Heaven is also blinded. That spike's been down for a second.
As a
and Pizza Source just wants to keep that off. Very understandable. So he's going to stay in the most obscure spot in the map, but it's kind of a witch hunt now. Boise State has almost abandoned the spike to try to hunt this guy down.
Oh.
Sure enough, Alden checking around.
I'll say, getting a little scared there. Does have 2 more seconds, though.
Does get him down. And then walk with the op.
And
what a hunt.
I would say that's a big deal there, too, because they're losing that operator for them. So, I mean, trying to get that save there does a great job. And now we are tied up for the first time this game. It is now 11-11. Big stakes. I mean, Wichita State are also now going to be on another save round.
They're on another save round. They're down their precious op, which the poor man only had 300 creds left. Like, see what he's looking for now.
Like, come on, man.
Stingers and Sheriffs all around. Pizza Source is still paying the price here. On a super save, he may be hoping to find an op still. That acid is not.
The thought's there.
What? Nice. Doc does not approve
That's
of
like
that lineup.
That's like a, yo, I saw that on TikTok, guys, trust me. And then it's like, dog, where'd that go?
Trying to use the Sky Pixel.
Yeah. I think they might trying to go into, I don't know actually. Not gonna lie. Not gonna act like I do.
Not gonna back that one up.
Oh, wow.
Alden crazy with that one.
Boise State
Not
comes
quite ready for the next one.
Yeah.
Back
He's
in the air.
Oh.
Anyways, does get one, but goes down quickly after. Sky's gonna be the one to back him. 180 is the flash that actually got Lotus himself. Teasin now looking to make it in here. J-Back gets a plant off. Trying to do a little bit of utility on the way in. Finds it pretty easy, but what?
Oh,
Crazy.
that is why you always have the shorty on the hip.
Yes.
I just want to. I'm glad that Daimyo. I'm so happy that Daimyo just did that. By the way, I'm such an advocate of having a shorty strapped on you at all times. The shorty has the fastest pullout in the game. If you don't know, so if you pull out to a shorty, it's very fast in terms of that, either a classic or a sheriff or things like that. So having that switch time is always good when you have a gun in your first slot.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a thing. It should be a wave. It should be a wave.
Should we wave?
It should be a wave. Absolutely.
Honestly, Wichita State may have saved their op if that man was posted up with a shorty.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely would have. Okay, wait. Uh-oh.
Oh, they're going to try it again?
Who's going to tell him?
Oh, no. He needs...
I think it's just I think it's like a superstitious
You gotta
thing.
hit the custom.
It's a superstitious thing. Also, it's tied up now. I made a mistake. I said it was tied up last round. I lied. I did.
But it is
I
now.
lied. I lied. I was just telling the future. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Now at 11-11. My mistake. But
Now
here
it
we go. Boise State, once again, getting a lot of success. Pizzasaurus does have his operator back in his hands, does get Skies down. It's going to be a lot harder for Boise State to take B-long like they have been the last couple rounds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Pizzasaurus actually walked into the last round with a classic and no armor.
Absolutely.
He wants his up back bad.
He wanted a chance.
And this time, it's with the armor. He's posted with it.
Okay, but here we go. Boise State. The thing is they have the Viper Wall for A, so just on the timing.
Finds Seeks in midair. J-Back now taking care of that haunt. The ult is going to come out anyways, but
there's 2 on showers. Rariana goes down.
They're running out of showers. They're looking for more people.
J-Back's going to play in the middle of these 2 pillars in the smoke, actually, but it's still a 3v4 for Boise State.
We have Pizzasaurus and Co. with pressure from the other side. It's a weird pinch, so they actually sent 1 showers and a round to short. Hopefully, Aldum has a huge one here. Would totally change the round if he gets there before they do, but...
Oh, just an orbital strike. Is going to ult. Daimyo finds 1. J-Back finds another 1. 2v2 now. Oh, Truman does the showstopper. Now Daimyo. 1v2. Can he clutch? Gets a lot of damage on T-Sun.
Yeah, they know where he's at, though. He's got to be careful. Goes down. And that's a 12-11.
1 HP. That's 2 times this game where Fades have something else that we don't. I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
The 151 health.
Absolutely. Now it's going to be 11-12. At the very least, it can go overtime, but Wichita State definitely looking to get the win over here. That operator put a dent a little bit into Boise State's attack here. I think them not going to be long. Kind of a different, I guess, mix-up, I would say. Wichita State is definitely being very smart and proactive at the same time here. Having the 2 people in showers, holding him back, getting the pick on Rariana, and holding showers with the flank makes it so much harder, once again, for Boise State to play. Rariana goes for a different lineup here. We are not doing that again. We love that. Wherever that's going, we don't know.
Yeah, they didn't want to show us that one. Thanks, Prod.
And here we go. Oh, Skies ready for it. Does get 1.
Finds 1 for free. They don't play off of it, so Teason is going to save his life, but he loses the space now. That pressure on A is not respected. We're not seeing any rotation, and we still have 1 just running around in the middle to keep him honest.
Skyosaurus book right there. Not Pizzasaurus, Skyosaurus. He pulled that one out right there.
All right.
And now he's doing the same thing. He's holding down that showers. Boise State getting control. They have the smokes available from J-Back. They have 3 smokes. So at any point in time, they can do this really big A hit. But they definitely want to get a little bit more, I would say, control of somewhere on the map, whether that be showers, things like that. Aldum getting close here.
It really is.
T-Sun. They heard it go through, but don't know where he is. Peeks him. Oh, he fake peeks him.
Just trying to watch several angles at once. Wasn't quite there. They do take him by the legs. Rariana going to walk through with that one. Still 1 in. Here, Seeks goes crazy, finds 1.
Wow.
Backs off. Does not want to disrespect that push.
Yeah, and there it is.
A little bit of a health hit.
This time, though, Boise State, the difference being they have showers available. The operator is still in Pizzasaurus' hands. It might be an odd battle between Skies and Pizzasaurus. You can win this round.
Oh, there's just a rain from above they have to be so careful of here. Like, they own the place, and they have showers, like lineups. They can push back in. They've got short as well, but...
I like the Skies play, not risking it. Playing this corner, playing this angle, has the chamber TP. Flashes on teammate. Skies gets him 3v2. Does get seen by the haunt, so Skies is at least wary of it.
That's true.
Lotus gets 1. Oh!
No, with the headhunter, he finds it.
Oh my gosh!
Follow-up, and that could be it. 11-13. Wichita State to take map 1 and only barely.
Wow, I want to say Pizzasaurus is absolutely killer on this headhunter and on that chamber. And what a just phenomenal game one from both of them. We saw Boise State versus Wichita State. Boise crawling the entire game, unfortunately to lose 13-10. And of course, Boise State is always looking for talent players, production, and broadcast talent. Top talent can earn scholarships as well. So sign up today by visiting boisestate.edu/esports for more information. And I mean, Greg, what a crazy game. I mean, for Boise to climb back all the way through, it's unfortunate the way it ended at 13-11, but they crawled back. They made Wichita really sweat for that kill,
they definitely
that
did.
win.
No.
And so I think they did a phenomenal job. What are your kind of takeaways for that?
Yeah, I mean, they'd had to do some dastardly things to try to hold down that win, and I'm looking forward to the next one when it's on somebody else's map.
Absolutely, and we're going to go into game 2, so don't go anywhere. We'll be on a break. We'll be back right after that.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
We're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disaster and feed those left in the cold. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
We're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disaster and feed those left in the cold. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
Welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena, and you're watching our coverage of the NACE Valorant Fall 2022 season. Boise State is looking to pick up their first win against Wichita State Esports after a crazy Game 1. And I am your host, Brandon Cozy-Ansik, and joining me to call the action is none other than Greg Old Soul Smith. And Greg, after a game like that, what do you think both teams have to do to kind of reset their mental or get them in a state to get ready for this game?
Yeah, just cool off a little bit. Like, I hope they took that break pretty well because it feels high stakes, especially after such a close map 1. Like, it's intense for both teams going into map 2 for sure.
Absolutely. I think it's just such a crazy game because at one point, Boise State definitely gets some momentum. They're getting a close game. It's not a 13-6, it's not a 13-7, but at the end of the day, it's really close. And of course, you get to see the format once again for NAC Star League, which is the 5-5. It's a best of 3 now, having one going to Wichita State, first to 13 or swap after 12 rounds. And, like I said, after that first map, definitely set the tone for the game. We are seeing two different kind of types of players. And, of course, we have Doc's Keys to the Game, which is presented by Drop In Gaming. In Valorant, you want to focus those angles, flank, know your win con, count cards, call abilities, and click those heads. Of course, Drop In Gaming is a premier online platform for gamers who seek competition, play your favorite games to win cash prizes in both free and paid entry events and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop In Gaming is the right competition for you. And like I said, kind of going back on the map, we're now going to Haven, which is going to be a lot different than what we just experience.
Which can be a rough one because it feels like if Boise State's being kind of dragged through the mud because the pace was set by Wichita State, and then they find a way to accommodate to that, and they realize they have to respect this guys could be floating around, and they're able to get that momentum back. Changing to a totally different map could mean kind of resetting that kind of discovery of the team.
Yeah, I think the one thing that we can kind of see last game is Boise State was a very aggressive team.
Yeah.
Wichita State definitely kind of played a little slower, a little more default, which can still work on these maps. But the biggest thing is, we've seen Boise State kind of really put it to these teams, and on a map like Haven, it's very attack-sided. Of course, today's lineup is brought to you by Count. Count's Identity Trust Global Network delivers real-time fraud prevention and account protection and enables personalized customer experiences for the 9,000 leader brands. And of course, we can see the roster once again. And it's going to be, I think no one really, did too bad, I would say, from each teams. I think there's a lot of people who stepped up. I think the biggest thing is Pizzasaurus is definitely a person on Wichita State who is doing a great job with his chamber, allowing it to get so many first bloods, so many first picks going on for him. And I think, this map is going to be a lot of execution in terms of what styles are really going to work for him. Boise State, I'm guessing, is going to go for a lot more of an aggression style, whereas, same thing last time. We're going to see Wichita State go with the breach, actually, so both teams will be running that. Actually, they're running the exact same comp. And we've seen other teams in the past run that Neon, but, I've kind of talked to the players and stuff like, oh, what do you think about Neon and things like that, but Neon is definitely a very feast or famine character. If you got to be feeling out of your mind that day, you got to be hitting those shots, got to be looking at the right places, and I think, Raze has just become a staple on this map with kind of that duelist to be able to do everything you need him to on this map.
Yeah, really interesting because from an old school mindset, Raze is not a very stable character. You wouldn't think of them as being balanced, but it's kind of shifted that way.
I say it's kind of shifted to really being the all-around duelist. I mean, they have the boom bot, they have NACE to kind of get things out of here. They have the satchels, and the thing we've also seen is now the satchel peaks that people are getting really good with. And of course, that showstopper to get a lot of, just overall attention. I also think, it helps with that fade being introduced, right? Having that seize nade combo at any given time is a huge thing, especially on Haven. There's a lot of cheeky things you can do with that combo here. You can throw it into mid window. You can throw it into A long with they have to go through that one area in A, so they have to go through there, and we're going to see how this game kind of shapes up to B. We have exact same comp now, so now it's to come to stylization and execution, and of course, individual play that is still always occurring in a game with a tactical shooter. And now, Boise State are going to be attacking first, and, definitely setting the tone last game with how they attack, very aggressive. And so we're going to see just in how they plan on playing this game out. And definitely pistol rounds. Last time, Wichita State won both pistol rounds.
Yeah, we talked about that start-up snowball being so important. We're going to see this defense here. Oh, got a nice tap on the map.
Yeah, so we also saw the boom bug go into garage and get shot, so Boise State at least has one there. Cuss comes from that. T-Sun had a great game last game on the fade. Now playing that breach. He's kind of playing really safe for this mid.
Looks like we could be having a little bit of tech issues there. Hopefully that's not a big deal for Ariana.
We'll see here, but T-Sun. Once again, Wichita State is a very patient team, so we're just seeing them play really slow at the moment. Aldum gets going. Pizzasaurus gets a kill on to Skies, though, on that first blood. Does take a bit of damage, so not too much at the end of the world here, but Aldum going to find one. Throws a nade. Gets a lot of damage out there.
Yeah, and definitely pushes people back and takes the space on it. Going very aggressive here. Just trying to watch two at once, and they are able to throw back onto him. Truman to be the one to find that onto Aldum. Now the plan is already going down. It's a big shift. Boise State, just uncomfortable in that, though. Like Daimyo, a little bit crushed there. Pizzasaurus going to find his one. J-Bag trying to defend this from a little bit of afar. Seek's going to come up on the side, takes an easy one. And now they're on top of this. It was an interesting, yeah,
it's a DC, so it's going to, I think that kind of sucks about Valorant is there's no really pause in the middle of the round. That's just kind of not how that works, so
it's not really
definitely have to play with that.
Looks like they are requesting a rollback. We'll see how that goes, but just on that round execution, it felt like they kind of spiked straight into B and then didn't have the support on the A-wing, C-wing, so it collapsed pretty simply as Wichita State was able to surround that point.
Yes, they're asked for a rollback in terms of basically just play the round over again because they DC'd so early into the round that we saw, so there was nothing really crucial happened yet.
Right.
So don't know the quiet rules on that, but it looks like they're kind of getting it figured out right now. But, we saw, once again, I think Wichita State is a very disciplined team, is the thing I like to call them. And the thing I really like about watching them, too, is they have a lot of twos that you see. Like we saw Aldum have a great nade there. Go around the corner with the breach stun, but the thing is he was looking for the one. There was two there, and it's just really hard to kind of play those both angles because he's left side, but then they get peeked from right side, so your crosshair's not ready for that.
That's true. No, your positioning just has to be ready for several people. Which how can you be? So definitely difficult to hunt that down, and we just want to see them having that really like you were saying, really traditional, really default, really stable approach to things as they kind of find their post and then will man the post, which we see this a lot in pro play where the camera is on whoever's most exciting, but you have to admit that what makes the team stable and really defense strong is having those people just stare at one doorway for 20 minutes. Yeah,
and I think that's what's really cool about Valorant, right? We have two different kind of teams, and we see Boise play a little bit more aggressive as we did the first map. And the thing is, there's not one style that wins. It's not how this game works. There's no, okay, well, we know this is clearly better. Because it's not. It's not like that game where there's different, situations that work for different players. You can see people play aggressive. You can see people play default, play a little defensive. And so we're definitely going to see kind of how these teams work. And, of course, like I said, this is going to be resolved. I think there's going to be, obviously, probably officials that are brought in terms of, is this an able thing? And, you know how it goes with all these colleges.
All the red tape.
Collegiate stuff. TO comes in. Yo, what did this happen? Got to show it. All that good stuff. So.
And you talked about different play styles not being the right or wrong answer in a rock, paper, scissors kind of feel. You have several viable options. Not one is best. You have to have several to employ to figure out, what do I need right now? What is the key for this lock?
And I also think it also factors in how hot a player is playing.
Yeah.
If a player is playing hot, that's going to, move your comp a different way. Like if you have, let's say, Daimyo going crazy, you're going to kind of want to play around him and kind of enable him a little more. So it definitely, Valorant's a very spur-of-the-moment game in terms of how you're going to play it, and everything kind of changes, which is obviously why we kind of like to love and watch it.
Yeah, in even a day-by-day sense, like you were saying, if they could totally change their comp if they're like, oh, I want a breach out there with a neon, this would go crazy. And if Daimyo's like, I'm not really feeling the neon today. I quite simply am not feeling it. I don't think it'll work against Wichita State.
It could be a scrim thing, too.
It could be a scrim thing, too.
Where it's not working out, recently, and we're like, okay, let's change it up a little bit. So definitely a lot of things that go behind the scenes that you obviously don't know, and of course you kind of just have to watch and see what happens.
Yep.
So I definitely am a big fan of that, and of course, watching the CLO. We have so much college, games for Valorant lately too. I mean, last weekend we saw, the Red Bull Campus Clutch happening. Now we have the NACE. We have the Riot tournament that's kind of forming over time. I think it's going to be a lot of the spring and winter, or winter, spring, and then, summer is kind of the circuit they want to do. So there's a lot of games going on, and there's a lot of room for improvement. And kind of to go back on it again, like these teams are most likely to play each other again.
Right.
In terms of this is for NACE, and then they both qualified for Campus Clash. So these are both good teams for this, and it's more so, okay, let's see how they are right now, and let's see, after these games, whoever wins, either Boise State or Wichita State, and then use that to see how much they're going to improve later.
Yeah, and there's still a lot that we have not really touched on. Pearl, we talked about this today. They quite simply did not pick it just because it hasn't been out there long enough. We haven't got enough scrim on it. So, yeah.
Yeah, and of course, we're going to go to a short break after we kind of get this technical issues sorted out here. So we'll be right back after this little break.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
We're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disaster and feed those left in the cold. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena, and we're coming back into the post-technical pause issue in terms of the rollback, and I think what it's sounding like is it's not going to be a rollback just due to like how the rules kind of are, which is a little unfortunate for the Boise State side, but we'll be going, I think, into game here pretty soon here. I'm your host, of course, Brandon Red Hots Koziansik, and joining me is Greg Old Soul Smith. And like I said, Greg, we're kind of getting into things, talking about all the other stuff for Valorant and things like that, but going into this, I think I do want to have a kind of a point for this, but after pauses and stuff like this, it definitely kind of takes your mind a little bit out of it. Like you're definitely not as focused as you were. You were hyper-focused. Now it's like, okay, well, this is a really kind of crappy situation in terms of, okay, well, now we can't really do things about that. And, of course, you know, along that nature. So I think it's going to take both teams to really kind of, especially Boise State, and of course, you know, having Boise State going back and forth there, I think you just got to kind of dig your feet in the ground and, you know, come back from it and, you know, move past it as best as you can.
Yeah, it's good to have a nice little shakeout, but losing that flow state can be kind of a pain. So we'll see how they can recover from this. Wow, interesting. Some aggressive util there onto the A short. Looks like they're just going to do a 5-man push right down here. Some contact on long. Already 1 or 2 gunfire out. So Truman is going to be posted up on this main spot. We talked about staying in 2s here. Lotus is going to be watching his back as he watches short. Tries to send a boom buddy out. It's not going to find anything. So they're pushing straight down long. The rotation's being made. They're evacuating site. That 2-man group, if the pacing here is right, Boise State could walk on this for free.
Yeah, so the fade is still kind of holding that. We're going to see the util being used. Boise State now getting onto site here. And they're going to take site. Still have some utility left as well. Lotus does get picked onto Allen. They do get the plant down, so at least the very, you know, worst case, they have at least the plant money. Daimyo playing close up with the Classic, trying to get some right clicks from all these teammates. Sky is definitely looking to flank with those headhunter shots. Should have about 2 or 3 of those available. Truman, here comes the haunt. Does miss a little corner there. Daimyo does get one.
Daimyo does get one, is traded though. Truman looking to take some from above here. Sure enough.
Retake.
Wichita State takes straight on.
Some legs cracked.
It happens.
But Boise State, once again, does get on the site, does get the plant credits, so at least, the very least, in their bag.
And they got one down.
Yep, and now it's 2-0 for Wichita State. And now Boise State is going to have that bye.
And they do not want to see this 3-0, not again.
Yeah, absolutely do not want to see that again. Definitely want to execute and kind of do what they want to do here. But see, after the post plant, they have the guns now.
Yep. Yeah, they're feeling better. Looks like a little bit more of a split here. Default approach onto a PC area.
Look at Pizza Sauce definitely looking to save. Okay, now say they're maybe looking to save for an operator, but they aren't buying armor or anything like that. But the thing that's kind of interesting is Thiessen actually has armor and has more. So I guess you could always have them buy you an operator, but we'll see. Here comes the Truman haunt.
Yeah, they're prodding around trying to get some kind of bait on this A, which is good. That Boise State still has one poking there.
Yeah, they ping one there, but that actually gives them a little bit more information than you think it is. Now they know that they're not outside A spawn, and they're kind of going at least towards mid or C. Yeah, it doesn't, you know, boil it down too much, but they at least have an idea of where they're at. They could have been hiding around. So Wichita State actually has a lot on the A side here. Boise State going to go on to site here. T-Sun has a great peek there. J-Bag does trade. 4v4 now.
Yeah, we've seen Boise State get strong onto site twice now. Hopefully they can hold it down this time. They've still got one lurking in mid, which may pay off massively as we see 2 people coming through the grass here. It is Daimyo by 1. Oh, almost moves it up to a second one. It is going to be a trade there. Thiessen now low health, just looking to get onto the site here with the
crazy shot.
Sorry, the breach.
Here we go. Has 1 flash left. 13 HP though. Skies gets to pick on to Totus. Lotus. Reading's hard.
Got it through.
But there we go. Yeah, exactly.
Boise State cheering in the back. It is a momentum push, right? Like the difference between 1 and 0 is huge.
Absolutely. And definitely just kind of having a pretty big round 2 of only losing 1. You're keeping your eco alive here. They do have the Rolling Thunder already available for J-Bag, so definitely have that in their arsenal of attack here on how they want to use that. And Wichita State definitely kind of loading these sites here. It seemed like they were kind of doing a little bit more of a gamble on that last round in terms of having that 3 kind of overload towards A.
Right. Which, I mean, like I said, that's the second time Boise State was able to move cleanly onto the site. It's a good thing they were able to hold it in. J-Back looking to fight these doors. Made him a little bit pennier. Spike still in pocket, just kind of prodding around, trying to outweight this smoke. Won't last long. Skies about to go live to Pizzasaurus.
Yeah, Boise State kind of just playing in spawn. They're not making too many moves here, but Wichita State, once again, playing that kind of pair of 2 at A long. So at any point, they're at least ready to go 1-for-1 with someone, you know, at the very least.
Yeah, difficult to hold that one. J-Bag looking to just post in the grass, make sure nobody advances too far onto the team. Just going to send through this.
Yeah, going to concuss long.
It's not going to find very much. Does kind of scare him off in the long, and we're going to see a little bit of a rotate off of that B-box.
I would say definitely might look for a Rolling Thunder onto 8 site here with an execute. Still have 40 seconds left about, so have a lot of time to get onto the site. We're going to see Wichita State actually pull out from the site. I think that could be a retake option where they know that the Rolling Thunder is up.
Yeah, they're even considering just hanging out in the heavy.
Yeah, there it is. And that's exactly what Wichita State we're looking for. They're all off site. Not one person gets hit by it. And now here we go. But Boise State, oh, wow. Truman gets the kill.
A crazy look into the site there. Finds one with no repercussions. J-Back trying to play through the wall here. Protect his team out of. Aldum gets a crazy one, a flying kill. Tries to position up for this one and finds it. A good one on Lotus in heaven. A great nade placement just to hold things back from that concuss as well. Aldum looking to watch this spot. Just kind of
Mariana got the kill out of Butasaurus, so that's why it just says Omen at the moment here.
Nice. Yeah, Wichita State just 2 left, 1 up high.
4v2
and
though.
Omen's just retreating straight out of there.
Looking for a save at this moment.
But how can you? Do you ever have a team? Yeah, there we go. Both are saving. Just wanted to see if you could poke around, but.
I mean, Wichita State definitely, you know, going to be saving that for their eco, but those players are going to be pretty broke next round if they lose it. So, Boise State had some great execution. I do like, you know, Wichita State's try. I mean, they played off site. They had a great shot. This shot was crazy by Truman. That's just kind of a spam shot in terms of. It's hard to see through the paint shells, but it's a pretty common spot. So you shoot through. If it happens, it happens. It's exactly what happened. And now, I will say, Aldum had 2 fantastic shots. This shot, and then he goes on top, sees a guy in heaven, and instantly hits the headshot. And that's just a big play that Aldum needs to make there.
So good. Got so much value out of Aldum there, right there.
Yeah, 2-2 now.
Everybody on the Boise State has gotten 2 kills. That means everyone's getting their 1.
Wow, and that is very great that, or unfortunate, I would say, that Skies was there. Because you can just TP out of that. Lotus tries to get something going. Had a great kind of play. They do have 2 guns available for Wichita State, but the rest seem to be saving, so.
Yeah, Wichita State's looking for like kind of a map sweep here where they start 4 people on C and then just walk straight over. Lucky for Boise State, they decided to push on to A this round, so looking to get a plant in here. Truman is going to be the one walking out. Tries to bounce that haunt right on top. So much damage gone off.
Yeah,
and the AoE of the aftershock of the paint shells gets him. Lotus one onto Omen.
Oh, here comes the retake. Rolling Thunder coming through. Seems like 1 or 2 members from Boise State get hit by it, but there's a smoke sitting there. They do have them all in sight though. Cuss goes off. Daimyo gets 1, gets traded. 4v3. Daimyo gets another one. Skies gets picked. Now 1v3. Truman.
Wow.
Oh, and Skies wins that one. And now Boise State takes the lead 3-2 here.
An excellent concuss placement got, you know, Daimyo that first one, and then just a beautiful re-peek. They're kind of straddled between both of these angles. Just good gunplay here is really what got them.
Yeah, I mean, I will say it was looking kind of interesting because Wichita State got a lot of space after that Rolling Thunder. There was 2 smoked off there. They had 1 on top, 1 inside, all these different angles, but Boise State used their utility for the basically the whole post plant there. Did a great job, held them off, and just like that, 3-2 Boise State now leading. And now Wichita State definitely back to that, I would say even buys now. Source getting an operator. We saw him do a little bit of work in game 1 towards the end of it. So we're going to see how kind of that goes off for him.
Both those fade ults available as well as a little TP and the
3
showstopper
on the side of A. But they're doing a fast rotate here.
Aldum definitely seeing those shoulders, and they took care of the doors earlier, so he could play that. Instead, just tries to get over the way. That utility going to make it back over to C. A little bit of a bleed on to where they're going to be moving. Wichita State now getting the rotate out for C. Aldum can't find it. Aldum feeling hot, finds 2. Just keeps moving. They're trying to walk in. He sees it. Oh, good positioning by Aldum. He's hungry for the next one. Interesting corner watching here. Yeah, you kind of want them to line up. Otherwise, you're basically just baiting your IGL. But much better positioning here.
Here we go, 4v2. Throwing that Seeker into spawn, not going to get them. Definitely going to stay from Wichita State here. At least Pizzasaurus is, because they have the operator ready, and they do not want to lose that.
Yeah, and at this point, like, either everybody should save or nobody should save. Well, Pizzasaurus might get a nice an outthrow here from Omen, getting a little bit more hungry on it.
Definitely not going to push that again. But now Boise State at least is aware they have this. Because before this, if they saved, they actually wouldn't know if they still had an operator or not.
Yes.
But at this point, they do know. And Sky's kind of just going hunting onto A site here. Bomb will go off, and now Boise's going to be leading 4-2. Wichita State going to be saving here. But once again, it's going to be a little bit of an interesting eco. Yeah, I would say I think that's a good timeout here from Wichita State. Once again, kind of in that loop of buy, save. But it's a little weirder in this case, actually, because we've seen them save twice now with the Vandals, in this case as an operator. So we've seen like a 2 Vandal and then like a 3, pistol kind of thing. And then they bought this round, they lost. But they do have the operator still available, so it's kind of going to be a hero op, hero Vandal kind of situation here.
Yeah, it definitely could be, and we know that they're kind of pushing out for that.
Yeah.
Like, he's been trying to get this op back. We see him comfortable with it, so hopefully he can make some big changes with that and try to break this cycle of just, like you're saying, the buy, save, just uncomfortable, and it's just such a momentum breaker,
Yeah.
honestly. Like, you keep getting these wins, yeah, but it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, and it seems like Wichita State, once again, is kind of almost looks like they're kind of overloading onto a site once again. We saw 3 at the beginning of the round on A, and then we saw them, that 1 or 2 rotate towards C here. So definitely kind of like what they're going for, and we're going to see if they kind of stick with that plan after the timeout or not. And so here we go. Sky's going to this spot once again. I like the TP spots because he actually plays it close. Like last round, or it was 2 rounds ago, we saw the Paranoia into the Lotus Satchels. They're really fast, but he was chamber, so he just TP'd out, and then nothing kind of happened from it. Like we just said, there's an operator and a Vandal, and they're not going to have too many credits after this, so we'll see how Skies plays this.
This is actually pretty spread out for Wichita State. Usually we like to see that rule of 2 happening. Looks like they might be bunching up a tiny bit, but this C hold is pretty relaxed. Skies just considering, making sure they don't go too aggressive. Keeping them honest, gotta have some push through B. It's getting intense. They're talking so much on stage. It's getting sweaty with the mics. All of them, under so much pressure. They timed it out just right. Lotus is gonna find back. Omen goes crazy, finds 3 in a row. He's king of the site.
Okay, I would say Rariana going off here. Omen logo has him kind of acting different. But here we go, gets a 3K. And here we go. It's going to be 4-2 now. Paranoid goes out. Daimyo gets Lotus in that. They have 1 operator left. They know who it is. Pizzasaurus is having a really rough time playing the game these last 4 rounds.
This is his 3rd save.
Yeah. And it's like, well, I have A. A's me. A is me.
Like, hey, guys. Hey, you want your Sentinel behind you.
And then,
maybe
of course, it's going to be a thing where if he goes C next round, boy, he's going A. Like, it's just like, it's bound to happen.
Yeah,
and
that's
so,
just how it is.
They're just kind of playing the game of, let's keep sending Pizzasaurus A, and they're eventually going to go A.
Right. Yeah, you never want to bet on black if you've been losing on red all night.
That's right.
It's always just going to be the other one.
Yep, and Pizzasaurus will be saving once again, and Boise State is just really taking it down. And it seems like a lot of members are kind of just making these big plays. Aldums are getting the picks. We saw Rariana this round TP and kill 3, which is just unbelievable
ridiculous.
if you think about it. Great job even against even if it is eco kills, still just fantastic nonetheless.
Wichita State happy to hang out the timer for a free 5,000 creds.
Yep, it's going to be 5-2 now. And we're kind of see a replay here. Watch Skies at first. Rariana gets on there with the TP, makes a big play. And so overall, we're see kind of how Wichita State deals with this. Lotus got in there right after this. Pretty unfortunate timing there, but did have his teammates. And then once again, he saw him ult, actually. Ulted behind them and gets 3. So fantastic job there. Pizzasaurus on his 3rd save. So definitely wants to try to play the game a little more. Be a little bit more involved.
Just let him play the game. For so much value to be middle
here
of
we
the
go.
track.
Yeah.
Trying to get somewhere here, playing aggro on the A and leaving the rest of the site open. If they took that, that would be such a power shift for their confidence that they're not going to be going that way. Aldum to take
Traded.
2, feeling happy. Teason
wow,
does
that
get a
damage.
quick trade put there. Aldum moves back onto the site. Rariana looking to find this one. Amidst the jump is still able to compose and find that kill. Gets right out of there. Respects the push. Now 2 left. One of them, Pizzasaurus, who just wants a chance to fire the op. It just
he's just on permanently retake. I think he's had enough. Yeah, he's like, I'm not saving again. Get me in there.
Yeah.
Well,
in
maybe.
Coach. Yeah,
okay,
Pizzasaurus has actually switched the guns now.
Yeah,
He's holding.
yeah.
the Oni Phantom, walking right up, looking to find Skies, doesn't get it. Oh, and that's Opdon.
And, you know, Boise State keeps hitting the C over and over, and it becomes this mind game where you're Wichita State where it's, do they really hit C again here? I mean, they had 3 players in garage, and they lost it. So it's like, okay, how much more can we cater to a site?
Right, and and the time that you full stack C, everybody just walks cleanly onto A. Right, it's like when you're doing a test and every answer is C.
Literally,
you start going back and like rereading questions.
You're like, there's no way.
Yeah,
but like it is, and it's like a thing that kind of messes with your head as well, because it's like Pizza Source is like, is it my bad? Like, should I have gone C? But you know, it's just one of those things where it's so hard to really make the right play here. Like, it's just one of those things where you just hope that your teammates are holding a little better or getting those picks that they should be. And so at this point, it's just Wichita State kind of making those, I would say, just adjustments for these rounds. And Boise State definitely doing a great job of, we just seen so many picks that are happening, like, you know, trade right there, trade back and forth, 2-for-1 trade. And at that point in Haven, a 2-for-1 trade on attack is just truly a big deal. Because, I mean, you know, it's such a big map, and it's already hard for defense to defend this map at certain times. And so Boise State just kind of going with, hey, it's Haven, so you're not going to be able to hold all 3 of these sites, so we're just going to hit them over and over again. And just, you know, it sucks because Pizzasaurus really wanted that off to work, but unfortunately just did not let it happen. And here we go. This is the time where Boise State says, you know what? They think we're going to go C again, but this time we're going A. But look at, they're ready for it.
It looks like Wichita State, I think what's happening is they're considering like an aggressive flank.
Yeah.
They're like, let's just clear straight through this empty space. But they jump right on into it.
Pizzasaurus is on C with an offer.
Oh, unbelievable. It's sure enough. Omen. Dude, we're gonna go crazy. Finds
T-Sun,
to reply, just find his 2 backs back up to defend the site. Gets a little bit of elbow look there, not feeling it. Gets right on out of there. Daniel trying to hunt him down. Omen to find his 3rd. We're not even a minute into the round. Rolling Thunder to come through. Oh, T-Sun gone crazy. Just can't be it. Pizzasaurus finally made the full rotate, looking to come on over, and defenders mostly led by T-Sun.
T-Sun said, I'm done with this. Pizzasaurus, I will say, he got his basically ult kill, his op kill.
What he got was map 1. This one, he's basically sitting this one out.
I mean, it's not his fault, though.
No, it's not.
Well, I mean, right there, T-Sun had a great hold. I mean, both Rolling Thunders go out, but T-Sun had the flash advantage. They couldn't actually see that he peeked through short.
Yeah.
But, you know, Boise State got bombed down, but unfortunately, actually, they didn't even get it down because it got canceled. But Wichita State definitely takes a good moment there, and here we go. And they're actually kind of still playing the A side, and now actually playing B now. A little bit. Oh, Rariana does get seen by the Hunt. They're both shooting. Yeah, I'll say that is such an awkward situation when you're both in that situation, because it's like, well, we're both not hitting our shots with it.
Yeah, too much time.
Boise State realizes that C has literally worked every time here, so they thought, well, why don't we hit it again?
Yeah.
Which I like the A, though. It keeps them honest a little bit. Like, you definitely want to keep them honest in a slight. Rariana now watching the flank. Does have the ultimate just in case they kind of lose a couple members of Boise State. But Boise's actually to play off-site here a little bit. Does have the showstopper, but is pretty low. Here comes the flank. Oh, T-Sun was ready for that.
Shuts down the flank. T-Sun's been feeling hot. He's feeling good. Walks straight on the site. He can almost taste the off-site hold. That concuss comes out strong. Oh, and Daimyo's got, just tries to walk through it. Uncomfortable positioning. Wow, gets absolutely caught with
Skies with a 2-4. I think he has 1 shot. Actually, has no shots left.
1 enemy remaining.
Truman looking to take him out here.
Yeah, just stop it. Just stop it at least a little bit. Yep. T-Sun back-to-back 4Ks, though. He is trying his hardest.
He's out there
to have it happen. Absolutely. He is, and he's playing well. I mean, he checks that left side corner, gets the plume kill into Cubby there. Yeah. Does a great job overall, but unfortunately, it takes a lot of time here. T-Sun great clear there. And then, Daimyo, just kind of one of those things where it's like, did that kill me? No, that killed me.
Right.
Yeah, happens. But they win the round, 6-3 now. And Boise State is leading, or 7-3. Reading once again. But now we see a save here from Wichita State. Or actually, just they're not save, but buy down. It's the last round, so they're not saving.
Tries to push out there. Not going to be a whole lot of damage. Still an A hold. Just kind of hanging out behind this smoke while Wichita State gets a point to push up. That flash could be big. Doesn't go through, even though 2 of them are right there. does send through a quick concuss. Not quite very much. Oh, and from the side, Thiessen gone crazy.
Yeah,
it is going to be a trade, though, so they get him out of there, and now Long is open to him. Only one person watching A, and the rotate has got to be there. It could be a flank, but we do have a good flank guard up, or we did. Almost. It could be a little awkward here. Yeah, he's bringing it with him, but
T-Sound
is
down. I want to say T-Sound is down.
T-Sound's down.
He's been the kind of the factor the last 2 rounds. Those double 4Ks.
Pizzasaurus really has a chance to go crazy with them, and we know his lurk potential is big just from seeing map 1.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
This is a threat.
And he does have that Headhunter available. Oh, and Daimyo was
quick.
absolutely ready for it. They know that Pizzasaurus is not seen.
And
Skies does go down here, though.
Pizzasaurus was trying to slow walk with the angle disadvantage. Just a technical misfire. That's all right. And so elbows were seen.
And Wichita State going to be kind of on all 3 sides at the moment. Playing close here. They're not, could not check it. Does get actually seized.
Ooh, so Aldum.
But they don't actually know that.
True.
Gets thrown.
Oh, checks. Oh, no.
Oh,
on the fly. Takes it. I was going to crucify him for not checking the corner, but he does. Oh,
yeah,
unfortunately,
it seemed like wait, 1-1.
10 seconds.
4 HP. Oh,
no, it was so close. Wichita State going to be taking another point.
Or 7-4. I can't do math, man.
It's all right.
In the half.
I don't know what it is.
It's okay.
Not a math major, that's why. Anyways.
Right.
But like, yeah, so now it's going to be 7-4. That makes sense. You know, Wichita State kind of defended. That was a crazy shot. And it sucked because Daimyo actually did like clear it, but it was like one of those fake clears where you look left and you're like, they're not going to be there. And then you're like, oh, there was someone there. You know?
It's like
so,
it's just a good habit clear.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can't rely on just that. Luckily, he does find it, but not after. Not before it is made into a trade situation.
So now 7-4. We'll see if they actually go 7-5 for Wichita State here. They do have the buys, so we'll see how that goes here. Boise State slowly making their way towards A site here. Seeker's not going to find anyone. Lotus is going to jump peek that corner, kind of seeing what is being shown here, but not too much at the moment. Boombot instantly taken down.
Instantly. Daimyo looking to push up.
Yeah, they do have the Fade ult too available. So definitely could be looking for that Fade ult into a push. Wichita State does have the Reach ult for retake. That could be used here.
Got Wichita.
Oh, great nade. Right on the 2 of them. Oh, Aldum takes a lot of damage. Let's go down though.
Spike down.
Aldum to take 1 now, just trying to protect against several. He finds 1 again, but they swing out off the contact. Daimyo coming in with Skies, so they're going to find 1 each. Now it's down to 1v2, 1v1.
T-Sun though does have it.
Huge when the Rolling Thunder. He's safe though. He's in a safe spot. They keep just throwing so much utility and hunting down. He's so stuck. They just tied him to the floor with that one. T-Sun, a hunt for the 1v1.
I'd say if there's a person I'm putting my money on for that win, the 1v1, it's gonna be T-Sun in this game at the moment because T-Sun is on fire.
And he had an ult to dump.
Yeah, I mean he had the ult. He knew exactly where he was. He hit him with the concuss right after.
Yes.
Skies tried his best to run.
He was right out of there.
Unfortunately,
just couldn't be it.
You know, you can't move.
No, and you can't shoot either. So like, I want to criticize him for facing the wrong way and trying to reload, but even if you were right there.
I mean, you could try, but I mean, that's so hindsight. There's so much things you're thinking about. So.
Yeah, a little bit scary utility management. Like, having that much in the pocket for a 1v1 means, like, maybe we could have a stitch in time, saved 9, took care of some people before some trades earlier on. But was he there at the beginning of the round, or did he have to rotate over?
I think they were on site, or at least
yeah.
they might have been playing B. But now 5-7. Now it's time for the old reverse. So we'll see how Wichita State wants to play this, as well as how does Boise State want to play this as well.
Ooh, looks like they're considering...
Oh, sad. That's unfortunate, but does get out of there safely. And here we go. Actually, to go straight into sight here.
Yeah,
they have a full C take.
Some of the fastest we've seen Wichita move.
Could just be a bind thing.
Could be bind thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've definitely shown they can play aggressive. So
that's true. Truman now. Oh, hoping to hold this spot here. Cheeky little cubby. Looks like they see it coming though. It's a flash forward. They check some of the angles. Lucky to be facing that way, but they both go down. Lotus now moving in with T-Sun, trying to get onto the site here. The retake is out. Lotus, just can't quite defend. Goes down to the ult flick.
There it is. And there it is, 3 person alive retake there. A lot of low, like, they're all 3 are low. So that was definitely a battle going back and forth.
It was, but that means that they were, aiming together. They took some damage, but they were able to find the trade.
Yeah, that's the thing is Wichita State might have gotten to C long, but they had 5 members on each team available. So it was a thing where it was like, well, it's not actually over yet. I was saying, okay, that was interesting. I thought Wichita State might have forced there. We saw one person buy a Stinger with flight armor. Did sell that back. And I think someone was like, we're not doing that.
They were like, whoa, hey,
Yeah. It's you always kind of have that one guy on the team, or a lot of people do, where it's like, well, we could force. We could force. It's like, no.
And then you have the IGL who's like, no. Look at the playbook.
Yeah, we're like, hey, it's 5 to 8 right now. Worst case 5-9.
Yeah.
Then we buy. It's definitely very winnable. We're going to see Rariana playing this B site on top. Lotus going to be peeking out of this smoke if they choose to be. We'll see what actually happens.
They're trying to streamline.
Oh.
Straight in here.
Oh, wow.
Wow, just barely outplays that one as it snakes around. Lotus looking to be the first man to push in here. Boise State kind of feigning a neglect on here, but no, the blind on the Alma was almost so was just good enough. Truman gets that plant in for free. Now Boise State looking to collapse in on this point. A little bit on both C and A. Oh, yes.
He just got killed through the smoke 100%.
And they totally timed it both times.
Yeah.
They weren't shooting on the in-between.
I wonder if it was genuinely a cognitive decision of like, we know there's a gun there and they might go for it. Let's just keep shooting it. But either way, they're shooting through a smoke, which is just a very common thing to do.
It's a good thing to do.
Great job there. Wichita State definitely had a little bit of advantage at first. We saw them kind of take sight and do that. Oh, it's still the same round. I was like, what?
They're going.
Yeah, but now 9-5 here for Boise State. Gonna be bonusing now in terms of, okay, we had our stuff. I like this play here. They actually give the Vandal to Aldum. He's pretty hot right now, and so they're gonna give the Hero Vandal to Aldum and be like, hey, you're playing well, no pressure, but here you go. Well, I mean, Skies is like, when you're Chamber, though, you're like, dude, I got my head on her. Like, I don't care.
Right.
Like, I don't care about any other gun. I have a hat on her. Which is all you need.
Pocket Sheriff.
To be fair.
Ooh, the aggro defense kind of shut down pretty quickly by that breach. So
ooh, Aldum, I think they had a great seize nade there.
Yeah, must have been. Locked it down. Daimyo playing aggressive there. Truman's going to find one on Skies.
Ooh, look how deep Daimyo's getting, though.
Wichita walking back around. Yeah, Daimyo almost cut them off. Crazy. Ooh, that one is going to turn him around. A little bit of watch
it goes
here.
Past him, too.
It does that so dangerous.
Great play, though.
At least he doesn't follow up on it. Like, he knows that he's set off a tripwire. He's not going to be aggressive with it. J-Bag is on the front of the defense here as they're trying to make it in. Aldum as well. He's got to watch this smoke. A couple other angles and avenues to be careful of. Boise State kind of holding off a little bit, looking for this retake. Ooh, no blast pack.
Unfortunately, yeah. Okay, double ping, though.
Pretty big. They can't play around it.
Shots.
Seeks goes crazy. That's a rough one. Bringing it up to a 9v6.
6-9 here, with Boise State still leading, and now they're gonna have a full buy round with these Vandals and Phantoms. Seems to be more of a kind of a Vandal, but everyone has their preference, of course. And Wichita State doing a pretty good job of attacking so far. Definitely kind of just slowly lowering that gap. It's now a 3-round lead. See Aldum doing quite well this game.
Skies has decided it is his turn to try the op.
Yeah, and I think it's just so good as Chamber on this map. I mean, having that one kind of operator keeps them a little bit more honest in terms of utility here. And we're going to see exactly how this ends up being. It could be a Pizzasaurus situation where they just don't go to A site there his entire time with an op. And so we see here, T-Sun does have his full utility available. They're going to take a little bit of space B.
Looks like there's, spike decision is coming out. It's going to be a C-walk. It's Truman is feeling good there, but Aldum is ready for a little satchel peek. Oh, his timer goes down. He just uses it to get out of there. It's going to throw up some util. Omen now just holding down the fort, hoping to find something, but man, nobody really makes contact. And Lotus going to find their ones, holding on to now a clean sight. These rotations from Boise State are coming out, and the spike is looking to go down. A very default plant. It looks like they are, I don't know, if I planted there, it'd be to have a an off-site hold.
Yeah, sure absolutely.
It looks like they're going to hold.
Yeah,
the side,
a lot of garage too, though.
I mean, a lot of garage play.
Boise's definitely going to look to save here, though. They kind of figured they lost 2 right away, and of course, Skies does have the operator, so they're going to be saving these, which is not bad. You have 3 guns. We saw Wichita State do this a couple times here, so just don't want to get into that loop in terms of okay, bye.
Yeah.
save these 3 guns, go again. But definitely has the operator on the side of them. They had a great job. Wichita State doing a really good C-split pushes. It seems like there's not getting too much resistance in garage. We saw Ariana get smoked in window, and so that once their one-way smoke went out of garage, they just took it all the way through. And they didn't wait in garage either. They just went all into sight. So kind of like that play of just, okay, we're going to kind of move as a unit, and that's exactly what they're doing. And Boise State's actually going to force up here with the other 2. Aldum kind of figuring out what he wants. Does end up kind of going with the Spectre full armor. They don't have ults either, so we're see just kind of a half buy for Boise State here. And Wichita State is now no ult eco so far, actually. We have 1 Omen ult available, and that's about it. So here we go. Omen's here.
Oh, nice little Omen jump from Wichita State. Does mean that they're kind of putting in some utility on an A push, but they don't follow it up too far.
They've actually moved Rariana Boise to C here, and just kind of had him play on site. Uses 1 smoke. I think maybe kind of one way there, pseudo. Yeah, but I didn't want to kill that boobot anyways. And Wichita State kind of playing a lot different this round. They're doing this really slow A push, but Skies is ready. They do have these smokes available, so they might smoke them off here, but we're going to see how they kind of want to play this. Yeah, there he goes. He gets smoked into it. Oh, almost.
The timing.
Yeah, had a
almost
brief
beat
time,
the smoke.
but unfortunately does not get any there.
He's looking to run right out so that they don't just absolutely util bomb him. He's back up into it, waiting for the smoke to go down. The Omen smokes.
Yep. Spike is down, and now Boise State is going to be kind of posturing towards this retake. We see 2 on the flank, 1 up top. Pizzasaurus gets Daimyo. Does get traded by Aldum, though. Okay, gets cleared underneath with a Bloom. Skies is still in heaven. Does he see 1? This is the shot.
Gonna find it. Tries to follow up with the hip shot. There. Does get the second. Oh, sees it. Tries to play through the wall, but they got him through the floor. And that is 8-9. This is a momentum shift.
Yeah, it seems like Wichita State is definitely doing something kind of similar here. Oh, we did see a DC there. But it seems they're back. It's random noob, so I think it's a coach.
I think it is coach.
Yep.
It's one that's been calling all the
timeouts. And so we're going to see here, it is now 8-9. Wichita State is now 1 round off of Boise State, so we're see, you know, they're definitely trailing a good percentage time that they can win this round. Although I will say Boise State's ecos from Bind were really well done. So here we go. Great right click. Oh yeah, that's a great clear by Lotus.
He takes care of that haunt. Gonna keep
they
moving
got
on.
1 Paint Shell's kill though. I think they did another Seize nade.
Okay.
Oh. Ooh. Try to get that Prowler out. Lotus looking to spray through the smoke as a return. Backing off just a little bit. Spike still in pocket. They did not follow Raze into the dark on that one.
Here.
Pizzasaurus considering a B push. He's got to be careful with these 50-50s. He hasn't yet seen Omen, and he knows the Omen loves to stand up there.
Gets smoked off.
Boise State pushing slow and steady up A long. Could be a big flank chance here, as we see Wichita State hasn't really set into a site yet. They're considering this garage that, like you said, they haven't gotten a lot of pushback on. They've been feeling comfortable walking through there. Boise State doesn't want to risk a flank and decides to back off a little bit. Looking to move back around. Ooh, first contact on a site. They totally find Skies. J-Bag. Looking to watch from this garage. They just barely got through here. It's a little bit too late. Ooh, sees 1, but Pizzasaurus is just too quick. It's not looking fantastic. Lotus. Nice
yeah, just holding it down, and they definitely have the numbers advantage. So I don't know if Boise State is going to opt to save here or end up going in. Oh, great shot.
Finds 1, several pinged. But the flash, oh, he outlives the flash. Finds another.
2v2.
He's got to move back up, take the space he's on. Spike is already down, though, and it's in a great retake position.
Paranoia.
Take 1.
Gets it.
This one's down the hall. There has to be trust. There has to be so much trust here.
Rolling Thunder comes in, and that's probably going to secure the round, because at this point, I don't think they have enough time to defuse the bomb. Sticks it. Might have enough. Oh. Great try there by Daimyo, but at this point, I mean, that's a really good save round from Boise State in terms of they had literally all sheriffs and of that sort. So, but Wichita State does tie it up. It is now 9-9, and you know Wichita State is definitely kind of rolling with momentum right now. If I were to say that.
Yeah, no, and Thiessen, that's I think the second or third time we've seen him won.
He has 21 kills.
Second or third time we've seen him last man standing, rolling thunder the entire site to prevent a defuse. 9-9 now. Boise State doesn't want to see it anymore. They're pulling out the tour de force. It's a very split hold on this, posturing a little bit more shallow on the A.
Right there.
Ooh. This guy's holding fairly aggressive on this one, but he's got the TP.
Yeah.
So
playing aggressive here. Boise State definitely a big round for them because they can kind of get that lead back for them, and it's also a buy round. You don't want to keep, like I said, you know, don't want to keep getting to that phase of buy save.
Enough time gone by. We're going to ignore a little bit of the B site.
Here we go. He wants to peek it, but Truman is definitely waiting for his teammates. There's the smoke. Oh, he almost had a little bit of an angle.
Almost the one.
Still looking at it though.
On a backup. Sees that. Oh, the timing.
Great teammate. We love that. We love people who shoot utility. That goes for everyone.
Yes.
If you shoot utility, W teammate.
W.
Oh, they do find the stuff in garage there. Oh, the paranoia comes out from Ariana. Daimyo's going to see the Seeker get launched here. Comes the Haunt. Gets killed right away.
Daimyo to find two.
Spike down B.
J-Bag and Ariana. Flawless.
I do want to point out
nearly no
like
damage.
A minor detail there, but the thing is when you're concussed, the Phantom versus Vandal actually becomes a bigger thing right there. I mean, when you have the Phantom, you're going to have the higher rate of fire. And so, granted, they both had, like, he headshot them both times, but like just being able to shoot those extra bullets is definitely a big deal there. So, there's very slight differences between the two, but there's definitely certain situations where the Phantom does come out ahead, and I think that was definitely one of them. And we actually also have seen that. Boise State players are I think almost all of them are using the Phantom actually on this defense side. I think Aldum and Skies are usually available. They've been doing a fantastic job with that. So, does find it. They know that he has tour de force though, so definitely has to be careful here.
Aldum holding nice and aggressive on this cubby, this pocket, hoping that we're going to see a push out here. But the teleports set up by that chamber, he's taking it back down. I was going to say those were for jiggle peeking the C box only. So. Now that those are gone, though, he's starting to walk out. We see a little bit of a rotation here. Boise State has not gone any kind of crazy flank yet. No big one-off hero moments. Might be trying to push this hallway.
Okay, does get seen, but he's playing pretty far back, so not too much information. Aldum gets a pick on a Pizzasaurus, so that tour de force does go down.
Yeah, that was his nice flank, and they get right out of there. They respect that space, and he doesn't want to play too aggressive, so he backs back up, gets back on his seat, looking to rotate around. Boise State now.
Yep, not going to see anyone. Sky is still sitting in that tower. Got to be really careful about the kill, the shot through, spray through.
Being careful. Thiessen is on board. He's going to drop this spike. Gets the spike off safely. Looking to move out.
Smokes
Sky's
out, yeah.
Sky's, dare I say, watching from above.
Nice.
Ooh, Lotus. Thanks. Gets out of the blast pack, but you can't run that far. Aldum finds it with the showstopper.
Oh!
Thiessen takes.
Aldum just falls a little too fast.
Oh.
Forgot to look at the landing pad.
That's a rough one. Environmental kills. J-Bag. Oh, standing his ground.
Gets the half. Oh, he sticks.
Pro stick. He was so close.
And that's one of the situations where you definitely are going to want to shoot yourself in the foot after that. Because, you know, as soon as it happens, you're like, in your head, you're like, oh, man, I should have got off the bomb.
He tried to trust his teammate, but they were in smoke.
Well, the thing is, you know, he had a 3v1 at first, then it's fine. But once you get that 2v1, it's, you know, he definitely is thinking out to that right now. Yeah. So it just happens. You know, it's a thing that goes on. But we do have a game on our hands. I will tell you that right now. Just like last game, this time it's a little closer in terms of where we are right now. But it is 10-10, and it is going to be whoever wants it more at this point. Aldum has 20 kills. Thiessen has 22.
Yep. Wichita State is up in the ults for sure. Those aren't game-breaking ults in the sense that plant is like totally guarded, or you get a whole lot of walk-off.
Yeah, exactly.
No rolling thunder, no orbital strike. Oh, Daimyo to take a fresh one.
so aggressive, too.
Absolutely aggro. That man was not ready. He was midair with the knife out. They simply did not see it coming.
He played that like a Reyna or a Jet.
And gets right the heck out of there.
Yeah.
Does not allow. It's standing behind his own teammates now.
Absolutely.
That's upsetting. They still had Spike in pocket. Like, if he plays too aggressively, the win con changes.
Yep.
Like, they haven't even decided where they want to go yet. Pizzasaurus now grabbing these spikes. Or, sorry, grabbing his util. Not going to be...
The
not gonna be
spikes, plural.
Yeah.
There's multiple.
Yeah, on Haven, you get 3 sites and 2 bombs.
And so here we go. Wichita State has been doing this a lot, where they've been kind of defaulting to A. They've been spreading out, taking their time, going to A. We're going to see the Fatal actually come out, but not going to ping anyone. And the Haunt coming out. So a lot of utility being used. Boise State is definitely going to have to retake here. We're going to see Rariana start running all the way across the map. Oh, Nate sees combo. Does get one. He had no TP, so Pizzasaurus could not actually get out of that. And here comes the Boise State retake. Here comes the showstopper. They didn't hear that.
Could be a big one from Lotus if he knows what to do
holding.
with it. He is just holding.
Oh, he gets pinged too. Doesn't get anyone. Oh.
No, he hit
Trade.
the wall. Yep. All going to trade on him. To find 3 of them. Almost keeps it moving, but Rariana in the last moment shuts it back down and gets in the defuse. That was a scary one. That was a big one.
Scary.
He almost just 4K like reverse clutched it.
Yeah, that was definitely a thing where I was like, Truman's getting all those kills as soon as you see that happen. It's kind of a bait situation. They had 2 on that side. Boise State kills the 1, but doesn't clear the left side there, which is a very, very common play.
Yeah.
We've seen that actually been used in all different towards levels where someone plays in front of you, you're like, oh, they're not going to be there.
Right.
Another one plays left side, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, crazy spray.
That's just like the give and take of a double swing.
Yeah.
You have 2 people who are now totally vulnerable to all the other angles.
Yeah.
Right? You've like focused your work, and they did it with a triple.
Yeah.
So they were just not there, and he got to shoot the ears off of everybody.
So it's just a great bait, and it's just a play. It's one of the fundamentals of Valorant where you just kind of bait, you play on the left side so you don't choose that. Which is how it happened. But Rariana clutched it out. That's a very big kill because that would have been a really big killer.
And what a trek, because he came sprinting in from the cubby on C site, where he was hoping for some kind of aggressive game there. And it's a good thing that he didn't try to come in the front where he would have totally been seen, follow everybody else there. So, yeah, I did find that one.
I mean, this game's crazy.
J-Bag is feeling as shaky as I did, so he called a timeout.
I mean, they are definitely feeling everything you could. I mean, Boise State had a lead. Wichita was down. Wichita came back. It's kind of a genuinely, it's kind of reverse of the first game. Yeah. It really is. The lead never really got to that point, but now Boise State 11-10. Each round has not been like they have 3 alive. It is now getting time for that one-wire, one-on-one situations here, and it's going to be whoever steps up once again. I mean, Aldum, 22 kills. We have T-Sun, 22 kills. I mean, these guys are really picking it up, and now other members are picking up too. Daimyo had a great pick last round, playing really aggressive, and just kind of setting the tone for the team.
Whoa, Aldum gets a whole lot of eye contact.
Yeah, gets out of there on time, though, which is huge. You definitely do not want to get picked right away.
Nope.
The attack picks are very, very valuable here.
Sends Buddy straight through, not going to find very much. It looked like low health, but no, everybody is still feeling healthy. Wichita State's holding on to the 1 ult this game, or sorry, on this round.
Absolutely.
Just deep into the double digits. Things are a little bit more intense. Wichita feel nice and slow about this one. Boise State's happy to match that.
Say Aldum's still playing aggressive.
He wants it.
He's still pretty full HP, so there comes the concuss. There's only 1 ult available right now, and it's just the Omen TP, so not too much value being there. I mean, because of a TP behind them in A. But it seems like Boise kind of doing the same thing that Wichita State was doing, where it's just more so we're going to choose to retake A because that's what we've been doing a good job of. We're not going to get taken by this. We're going to play numbers here. And here comes the full utility sent to A. And that's exactly what happens. And now we're going to see Boise State start rotating through. Pizzasaurus gets a big pick on a J-Bag. That's definitely what you want here. But look at mid. Pizzasaurus gets another one, looking for 3.
Oh, it's almost there. The play through the wall is dangerous. He is only at 11 health, turns tail, and sprints. Skies and Aldum finding their one now. This default on A, they're comfortable with it. Skies knows what's up. Gets a TP back down to ground floor. Gonna start moving in all 3. They find one health.
He gets a kill
finds it through the dark. Now a 3v2. Spike Going for the half.
Oh!
Through the wall. Another one. He's feeling good.
Wow.
And that is another round.
Aldum, big play from Aldum once again. I mean, kills him through the paranoia, peak short, gets the pick. Wow. I mean, it didn't seem like it was that good of a situation for Boise there.
Yep.
But they turned around. I mean, great job there. We saw him get the pick mid onto Pizzasaurus, which was big. It was so close to getting that timing for Pizzasaurus. He got 2 picks. That's a huge thing. Boise State brought it back, though. Now, for them, it is now match point. Wichita State is still trailing. Don't know what their eco is like. I don't imagine it's that good here. But now they do have the Rolling Thunder available, and they are going to have a full buy. With, like half buy, actually. We're going to see 2... Yeah, we're going to see... Actually, no, not at all. We're going to see 1 Phantom, and then the rest is going to be 3 Spectres and a Stinger. So
yeah, which is scary because this is game threat. If Boise State can play strong here and anti-eco these guys, they could be moving on to a 1-1.
absolutely.
Teasing a quick plant.
Oh,
They
here
have
comes Rolling
sprinted
Thunder.
in there. The Rolling Thunder for sure
Double
clears
Rolling
the side
Thunder.
off. They've got to be careful here. Trying to move into it.
Look at Lotus, though.
Do they check it?
He hasn't
Find
been
him.
cleared.
2v3, no, he hasn't, but they're still being careful about it. And Aldum now holding on to this ult.
Oh!
They find him, he's down, and Boise State, to bring it up to a tie, the decider is Breeze.
Yeah, and we're going to a Game 3, Greg. And of course, Army National Guard is a proud supporter of Boise State Esports. Top plays are presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. With more than 10 jobs, offering a 20K bonus and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. And of course, reach out at twitch.iGuardGaming. And I do want to just kind of point out once again, crazy matches.
Yeah.
You know, each team will grow a lead. It seems like they're kind of, you know, getting it going. Other team comes back, does a great job. I mean, those rounds at the end there were just so much action happening. It was not really a stomp. It wasn't anything like that. And now it's like you said, we're going to the cider, Breeze. It's going to be make or break. Both team 1-1. Whoever wins this goes to the NACE playoffs. And there's, like, you know, bragging lights are on the line here. But we're going to go to this Game 3, so we're going to go to a break, and we'll be right back after these set of ads to see what the Game 3 entails.
We're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disaster and feed those left in the cold. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away when no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world. Waiting for no one. We're heading straight up for the sun. They'll never notice. We'll take these cities on our own. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away when no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away when no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena, and you're watching our coverage of the NACE Valorant Fall 2022 season. And Boise State is looking to pick up their win against Wichita State in this best of 3, going to map 3 Breeze. I'm your host, Brendan Hutz-Kozianski. Joining me to call the action today is Greg Oldsel-Smith. And Greg, we've seen 2 teams go back-to-back, battle it out. We've seen, you know, both players really rise up. Aldum, we've seen T-Sun go at it. What is this game 3? What do you think is going to happen, or what's your guess for it?
I mean, so far, it looks like what we're going to have is one team fall tragically behind and then just barely scrape back to the top. And then the other team's just going to take it in the last couple seconds. We've seen a 13-11, then we saw a 13-10. Like, I don't see things going a lot differently. Maybe if someone pulls something crazy out of the bag, we could see it, but we've seen them have different comps.
I'm just kidding. Okay, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. On this map, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool, but it's not going to happen.
No.
But, I mean, like I said, I think, you know, most likely it's going to be a close game here. I think there is a world where maybe one team just really starts off hot, but I think on Breeze it's still kind of hard to. And we're going to have very similar comps here.
Incredibly typical picks.
It's pretty interesting to me. Pizza Source is actually going to the Cypher.
Whoa.
And he's been a big you know, player with this chamber.
It's weird that he's on Cypher, but if someone's going to do it, it's got to be him, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's at the end of the day. But it is pretty interesting for me.
Right, like he could have taken the chamber, but yes, you opted for it. And we have Daimyo back at home on the sofa.
Absolutely.
I was hoping for it.
Yep. And that's just, you know, at home. I mean, Fade's really good on the 2 maps they've played, but Breeze is Sova territory.
It is.
A lot of cool maps, a lot of openness. Biggest thing also is just the value of having the Viper wall up and then just kind of darting behind it. Uh-oh, they're pinged, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
No, that like stretching AoE that the Breeze has, you can place it like anywhere on these massive walls, on this huge volume. You talk about who's at home on this map, though. Viper, to be able to cut up the territory like that is absolutely huge. Just kind of levels the playing field, makes it easier to take things slice at a time. So
he knows.
Pretty solid meta here.
He just shows that camera. He's like, I can do it.
So by the way,
like, just letting you guys know that it's there if I need it.
If there's any professionals here.
Yeah, I can do that.
Pizza Source, though, looking aggressive straight up the center. We usually like to see him kind of hanging out on the wings, keeping people honest, especially, like, you don't want to lose all that utility that he's got.
Wichita State. Wichita State could be on the attack here with Pizza Source. Does get to kill the dart right away. Look how Alden's played so aggressive. Does find the dash, gets away.
And just absolutely shuts down that camera. Oh, he's just off the utility.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right. It trades, but they haven't even made it to site yet. Boise State is still sitting on A, and that's the posture for Wichita, so they are well ready here.
Wow. Boise State coming out swinging. Who's on defense? I don't know.
And he gets the plant out in a 1v5
like
scenario just for the free 300 creds.
And just the aggression there. That timing, by the way, just to barely slip past the recon darts. They don't know he's there, and just gets one, dashes, gets another one, gets the reset, doesn't get the third one, but that just sets the tone right away. And Boise State, I think that was their first pistol win. No, because they won the pistol round on the second half.
The second half of Haven.
Yeah, but they're now 2-3 in terms of like overall. But great job startup. We're gonna see probably some more, I would say, marshals and things when you buy on defense here. Does buy the Guardian. I like that buy. Just kind of having for next round. You see Alden with just a Sheriff, and that most likely means he's going to go for that op. No buy, nothing else. Gonna keep that Sheriff. And here we go. He's gonna play really aggressive here.
Ooh.
Doesn't activate the dash. Yeah. Lotus does the same thing, though, for mid, also buying a Sheriff.
Lotus has his dash activated. Just going to get some wallbangs here, try to feel out where J-Bag might be sitting. Not going to quite have it. Just going to have to waste this dash. It's all right. Oh, finds a clean one.
That was for last round.
Yep, doesn't quite move it up. On to Rariana.
Daimyo does a little peek. Doesn't find him. Pizza Source in his camera, trying to find some things, you know, peeking for him.
Why ever peek?
When you have your camera.
When she can just peek for you.
That's right. Oh.
Pizzasaurus.
Gonna find the Sheriff, though.
Yeah. Just looking to feel things out. Kind of moving up. Daimyo has been just sitting pretty in this nest for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, does get knifed, so he's going to walk out of there, get back with his teammate. Rariana now.
Pizzasaurus, yeah, going through mid. I don't think. Oh, wow.
Pizzasaurus going crazy with this one. Lotus to find another.
Both these people are going crazy with this Sheriff at the moment here.
It's down to Skies if he wants to snowball this one. Otherwise, this is a crazy, like, second round after pistol. We don't usually expect this much of a tilt.
Yeah,
like, they're pushing flawless.
I will say, it
so
definitely
much eye contact.
stems from the force on the Sheriff. I mean, that's something that you don't really see after you lose there, but with a Jet, it is kind of the one person of the exception of doing that.
I just want to see him break this flawless. He's going to be moving out, see some contact, tries to play through the wall, not going to be there. A good adjustment, but he's not quite there. Wichita State to take round 2, bringing it to a 1-1. How's the econ looking?
Yeah, in Lotus, like I said, just starting off with that Sheriff. I mean, just getting that first pick there. And then they just played, once again, Wichita State does a really good job of finding a pick, getting a lot of space, and then just waiting.
Yeah.
And then just kind of slowing on sight. Because what happened there, it looked like Pizzasaurus kind of got a flank onto J-Bag and just kind of killed him from the side. And so after that, it's just a pretty hard time to hold that down. But Wichita State had a great thrifty there, and I think that was just a really well-played round.
Boise State, although Aldum is straight up rich, is still going to hold a nice
wants to save the eco with the
save
team.
here.
Yep. Ooh.
Almost there.
Gets tagged. You can shoot through that, but they're not at an angle where you can really. Oh, wow. Does dink him 145, though. And
Gets
his
another
teammate,
ball.
J-Bag.
Pizzasaurus and Truman to find their one. Now a 3v4, and they're still just kind of hanging on a mid. J-Bag is the next one to see. They do check, but he walks long, so he gets a dink off. Not going to find it. Skies goes down as well. Uncomfortable feeling. Owns that place. Aldum just kind of checking it out.
You're like, you see
Does
me,
he want
I get it.
Yeah.
Cypher's
Moving
just
back
laugh. There's like
Now a 30. Does he have a gun? Oh, okay.
Doesn't matter, though.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
Wichita State winning that round. Not too surprising in terms of they kind of have the weapons.
Right. I mean, yeah, Boise State had an aggressive save there. Like, very safe. So they're going to be able to buy up, sidearms and all.
Interesting that Pizzasaurus, when he swaps to Cypher, he actually swaps to the Phantom. He was using the Vandal basically the entire last 2 games. And so I don't know if that's just kind of a Chamber Agent thing or it's a him thing. He'll get, there we go. Yep.
Nice.
Okay. He's like, I'm just showing you guys. I'm just showing you. I'm showing you.
Points.
Like, I don't need to do it yet, but I can.
This is my main. This is my main.
And here we go.
Pizzasaurus narrowly avoids the knife. Aldum's going to use it coming up empty to keep pushing forward.
He did see that in time, though.
Cool tap,
Maybe you shouldn't have shown off a little bit, huh?
Maybe not. Yeah, nice try there.
Time, going to throw a dart out there.
Yeah, just looking to get some info, but the spike's going to be moving up B. We've got one person watching that.
And just going to keep playing slow. Once again, I think this is going to be kind of a recurrence like we saw in the first map, where Wichita State's going to be really kind of default heavy, looking for that pick, and then kind of acting upon it. They definitely know that, Boise State is probably going to at least try to find something here.
Ooh, Daimyo was close to that one. This wall's still up. They're going to try to get down here quietly. Knife going to be coming out. Again, not finding very much. Daimyo not checking behind him. He'll be all right, though. He makes it through. Got one in the cave to watch.
Ooh, he's going to see him here, though. Oh, that's big. He had an operator, too.
Absolutely massive. Shut that one down. Gives that one to the team. Pizzasaurus going to reply under Rariana.
Oh, just gets flashed, unfortunately.
Boise State a little bit distracted here on the B site. Skies is going to have to hang back. Don't get greedy. Wait for the team to get here. So he's just defending for himself. You know he's got time. Spike does get planted, but he's here just to make sure nobody slips up.
Yeah, and once that wall goes down, they know that it's going to be out for the time being.
Yeah, and reinforcements are back, so they can move on to site. A nice clean approach using the owl to start off. Pizzasaurus on a hunt for somebody here. Not going to find it ready on this window. Aldum. He's got
so he was ready for him.
Tried again to walk with the angle disadvantage. If you are short to the corner, swing hard.
I know exactly
where
you are.
There's the ult, too. That's a good ult. They know exactly where they are at this moment. 3v4 does get the one tag, though. Oh, and he goes down. And Boise State made the cognizant decision to save there, but Daimyo was in a spot where, he can't leave. He's not going to get out of there. Yeah.
So, unfortunately, they have to jump ship and leave him there to die.
Absolutely. But, Skies does save the op, and J-Bag does have that Vandal. Lotus gets his operator back, but seemed like the theme right there was if you had an operator, you were going to get domed.
Yeah.
And just both players did a great job. Daimyo found that pick onto him, and then same thing with the Pizzasaurus onto Aldum. Now 1v1-3 though.
Yeah, Skies and Lotus now looking for a nice op fight.
And we're gonna have the jet knives here. Aldum, seeing what we can make out of this. Does see the silence. Here's the operator mid. Gonna do a peek up here. It's a hard situation.
Peek.
Yeah.
Wow, very clean. I would eat off that one. And again, he's crazy. Aldum is feeling hot today. He has really risen.
And gets two right away. They do have the operator, or at least they have to be aware that they could have the operator still, where he died. Aldum gets two great picks, though, just when Boise State needed. Skies is very, very low at this point, though, if you see the top of the screen. Does get the pick, though. Ooh. That's from the decay. He does not care.
Little bit of health back, but Boise State still pushing a flawless here. Wichita has made the rotation, but they haven't made it quite onto site. Boise State is holding pretty strong. The two of them are considering a stairs approach, maybe take Skies from the side.
Yeah, but
and they're kind of locked in. They have a bit of a guard here, so they can't walk back around, or Daimyo has it.
So they're just kind of holding him. They know where they could be. At this point, they do have the trip in halls, so they're not too worried about it. We're going to see J-Bag kind of holding the side, and there it goes. We're going to hear the switch go up. Oh, look at this play, though. Very on again, pretty aggressive. Skies does find the pick, though. A flawless from Boise State. Does go 2-3 now.
Love to see it. Just bad timing there.
Absolutely. And, I mean, just the start of this round, though. I mean, wow.
Just crazy.
Aldum setting the tone for that round. I think after that, you're definitely feeling pretty good. Has two just one-taps. Just boom, boop. One.
Oh, he just walked right into
Looks like he's fighting like the bots in practice. Just boom. Wichita State, that's just one of those things where if they make that play, you're just like, well, I mean, what am I supposed to do about that one?
Yeah, there was
like,
absolutely
shoot him faster? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that guy was playing on a whole TV.
Absolutely.
Nose to the crosshair.
Here we go. We'll just start pushing up here. Aldum playing aggressive once again. Does get seen by the dart, I believe, though. And Wichita State seem almost kind of outside the A area. Not pushing in. Once again, like I said, this is kind of Wichita State's thing. We see Pizzasaurus back to lurking. Playing that B elbow side here, seeing if he can get a pick or not. Ooh, Aldum is in spawn, but just not going to get the timing, though. Yeah, let's say Pizzasaurus has a little... Oh, wow. How do you see him? Like, he's ready.
Pizzasaurus looking to walk back around. Boise State just feeling comfortable behind the wall on A site. Just going to let things kind of pan out, see what Wichita wants to feel. Looks like they're going to be sending the spike up, but leaving one on A just to keep things fair. Making sure nobody pushes aggressive. Going to send the Owl Drone out looking for something. Not a lot, though, to return. They do shoot it down. And that's enough to kind of push the posture of Boise State towards A. In fact, there's only one person watching B. It's going to be a coordinated push. They're all
that's going to be a lot of bold, though.
That's a big one. And he moves off of it. Takes two before going down. Lets Boise State know that a rotation is in order.
Spike planted.
They start moving on out.
That's a really good situation for Wichita State, though. Boise has two operators. And so... Oh, no. Wow. A good trade. They do trade.
One enemy remaining.
Wow. He gets a kill into the smoke, I believe, or the left side here. But now there's one remaining. Seeks. 77 health.
But it's their Viper's Pit. They're just hanging out. The suppress is just about over.
Wow. Ooh. They went as soon as that flash went out.
Bates him with this one. Looking to get in. Tries to set it up. Not looking the right direction. Jumps into it.
Oh, that was scary. Hey, wow. There is the shorty. The shorty.
Gotta have that shorty.
That's a very common thing for operators, though, is to have that shorty.
Right, on
in
hand.
terms of just, hey, boom, boom, swap off that. And that's exactly what we kind of talked about. I mean, having that shorty ready, especially if an operator, is a really good situation for that. And Boise State ties it up. You know, that definitely was getting a spot where that looked like a pretty hard retake for Boise just because they had, you know, people in the virus pit. The big thing was there was one mid. They got that pick, so it was just a, 3v2 in the pick. The pick by Skies getting that, that last one, so it was a 1v3, definitely kind of solidifies it there.
Yeah, and people were far away, too. That makes it a difficult one as well.
This is huge, too, absolutely.
Absolutely crazy. Yeah, but no, they just that the owl drone came through on the A site, poked around a little bit. They don't know what it's like behind that wall on A site. They kind of tried to rotate some people over, and it let that coordinated B push, and it felt so coordinated.
Yeah.
Just good timing on the Viper holding that one down to be able to really halt that push, take 2 for free before going out.
Yeah, and you know, I think that's just kind of another nature of Breeze, though. I mean, picks on Breeze once again matters so much, like that Haven. I mean, it's an interesting map because, you know, if you attack as 5, it definitely have the advantage, but at the same time, you have to be worried about that retake because there's so many different retake options here. And, you know, like I said, Rariana getting those 2 picks is definitely what kind of sets Boise up to win that post plant, is because now you're at a 5v3 advantage instead of, you know, a 5v5. So, and now we're getting back into it. I think Boise is still, I think, rocking 2 operators, and so they're just kind of playing the 1 op each site. Yep, yes, they are. And it makes it really hard for Wichita State to kind of get these picks, or at least get these starting picks in space.
Get out of my way.
T-Sun. Oh, wow.
Narrowly avoids the knife.
Sliver.
And is going to use that space. Like, that space kind of been checked out, so he wants to walk right up that.
Ooh. I'll say Lotus. Could peek this. Does get the snake bite on the ground there.
Yeah, held back a little bit. The doors approach might be the move.
I like
So
this
they're gonna
KO
outburst
into
it.
this as well.
Yeah, good
Flashing
kill.
out.
A little bit of contact. Cloudburst just to ignore it. He says, I'll deal with you later. Okay, he kind of checks around, make sure he's safe, finds one on the fall.
Wow. These Jets are definitely ready to go with their knives.
William Different. Bill Different.
Huh? Here we go. Aldum has his dash active right now, but he's really close, and he does not notice.
The quick ADS. It is a fast response, so Lotus is going to take down Aldum, and another op from BSU. J-Bag now really the only last one.
Yeah.
Truman with the quick. Was that near 180 as he took Skies and spun the J-Bag?
Maybe, but I do want to kind of point out that, oh, well, why did he dash forward?
Right.
So the biggest thing that's kind of hard with Jet is, like, when you're peeking an angle like that with your W key only, because he's only working forward, it's really hard to basically shoot it and then dash because, you know, he was in the forward position. So that's why he dashed forward, and that's a little unfortunate. Because if he had dashed to the right, he probably lived, but it's just a really hard mechanic to do sometimes.
I mean, yeah, because you have to stop walking forward, ADS, and correct your placement.
All I'm saying is if that's on land, he goes right. Boys the land team.
Boys is the land team. If you guys don't know.
Here we go. We're going to see Wichita going to that B side now. And once again, not rushing anything, not doing anything too fast. Looking for those picks first, seeing if they can get Boise State to kind of rotate, get a little too aggressive, and then move on. Lotus could be peeking yet. Nothing too much.
Yep.
Boise does have Daimyo and Skies on B. And Skies gets a pick right away with that 2 to force.
Daimyo with a good read, going to send more utility down. They've got the Owl drone out, but they don't play off of it. Yeah, that ping is nice. Yeah, Skies does get pinged. Oh, and they're going to try to hunt him down. Oh, the footwork is too good.
It's so hard to get those Hunter's Fury skills with that ping now because it's 2 seconds to the 3.
He's not quite going to find it. Tries to make a shock dart out of it. Seeks. Goes in for the plant under high pressure.
Spike planted.
Here comes the KO ult coming in through. Oh, Pizza Source gets a pick. Toad. Wow. Lotus. J-Back gets 2. Here we go. They know 2 is available. They heard him elbow.
Oh, no.
Flash goes out.
Pop flash.
Oh, we didn't see him.
He was too wide. This guy's trying to find one. The quick to the hunter.
Wow.
Not good enough. And Pizza Source.
Wait, he defused. Oh, no, he didn't. It was kind of off screen.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That's a rough one.
And just like that, 5v3. I mean, Wichita State getting some huge picks there.
Yep.
And, I mean, these rounds are definitely a lot. I mean, we've seen a lot of back and forth. I mean, we've seen picks. We're seeing, you know, 1 pick for Boise. We're seeing 2 more from, you know, Wichita, and then like 1 from Boise. We saw a double pick from J-Bag, but Wichita State just kind of reacted back. And Pizza Source is back on that Vandal grind. Sorry, maybe got a headshot or something like that. And he's like, nah, he's a Phantom. Doesn't the ult available? Definitely situational, of course. Oh, Ariana's pushing up. Nope.
Whoa, times it brilliantly. Gets 2 of them.
And he has the ult available. Here comes the ults. Link. They're going to see all of them on that side now.
Yeah, now they're just trying to sprint on out of there, reposition at least just a little bit, but they're coming for an out.
Oh, wow.
Oh, the camera was right there. is able to get it out, but he's just kind of stuck in this corner.
Okay, gets them
down.
off, but
Not
yeah,
gonna find
doesn't
it.
matter. They get it through. And wow, Pizzasaurus still just slowly walking up, gets his 2 picks, and it's just, he's always there. He's always watching, and now he has a camera to watch you twice.
That's the problem with Cypher. They're just kind of always there.
And 10-4 in the Cypher, definitely interesting. You know, playing Chamber 2 games in a row, and then is like, you know what? I'm picking the Cypher here. And you can tell he plays a lot of Cypher. I mean, you see all the setups he has. You see how he's playing.
Especially on this map. Like,
Yeah.
he has his favorite spots for sure.
And definitely the defense is going to put some work in, but Lotus definitely has that operator set up now. Lotus gets
And
a
there
pick
it is,
through.
already cashing in on it.
Aldo.
Right here.
Wow.
High. Pizzasaurus goes crazy
Good
with
trade, but still down a man now.
it. Good pop flash. Not going to be even there, though.
As Boise State 3v4s. They're now down 3-6 here.
Yeah, J-Bag.
Definitely want to get some rounds back.
Yeah, and kind of forces him to fill the gaps as people are going down. But Wichita State feeling slow. They don't see a reason to push it very strong here. Moving up nice and steady. J-Bag still trying to man like all this territory, holding on to mid as well as part of the B entry. We do see the Viper moving smoothly on through Seeks, leading the team. Starting another coordinated hit onto B. No contact yet. This guy finds
Gets one though, yeah.
within.
But it's still 3v2. It's going to be a really hard retake from Boise, and they're both going to be on the flank. Both
Spike
walking
planted.
though.
Yeah. Gonna check the angles.
J-Back has one
Nice and
flash.
smooth. Hopefully they find
Oh,
one for free
he
here.
saw him
he
with a jump
totally
peek
did.
though,
And
yeah.
he's not sure if he's gonna re-peek. Gonna send the knife out that direction.
Oh,
No, pop
gets a
flashes for
kill,
close,
though.
but on the knife he peeked. Now it's down to Ariana. He's got a lot to work
Yeah, I was say Lotus had an angle just
Yeah.
right where he could get you, and now it's 3-7 for Wichita State.
with. And it's a rough one with that 50-50 because they accommodated for the first one that they thought, oh, that's watching
Yeah.
the piece. But they had a beautiful crossfire setup, and man, the disparity, 3-7 now.
Seems like Boise, you know, second to last round here.
We've seen
Gonna
Boise
save.
come back from a
Yep.
4 or
Careful.
5 point.
I think it was
draw
a
on the
4
first one.
or 5.
Yep.
But, you know, we're kind of see how it goes. His game 3s definitely go on long, so it's hard to kind of really maintain that focus. But Wichita State is definitely doing a good job. They're even playing later than we are in terms of time zones.
Yeah.
So they're definitely staying focused. 7-3 here. Oh. Both these teams' jet knives are,
It's a playground.
yeah, they are definitely working with them.
AIM Labs, grinders.
Here we go. We're going to see Wichita kind of pushing through A main, though. We're going to see the usual, the Pizzasaurus flank, a.k.a. you got to always remember that he's in the cave somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Going through elbow. J-Back has an angle with the Sheriff, but nothing they see just yet. Alum is definitely going to have to make some big moves with the knives, even on top of his first kill, because the rest of his team does not have guns.
Roriana moving right down the pipeline here, trying to get a better hold onto this cave. Looking to maybe wrap around some, but there's only one guy there. Meanwhile, Wichita State moving pretty smoothly onto B here. Going to start opening with that. Oh! Just tries to spin right across Pizza. Still
Gets hit by it, though.
but man.
Still 4v2 for Boise State here. Daimyo doesn't hit another member, but does get the
Spike
one kill that they
planted.
kind of needed there. Oh, does shoot over.
And he knew he was going to be right
One
there for the
body
plant.
shot.
Dart does hit him, so he's got to stand back a bit, but Daimyo's ready to move up. Knows one's coming around the corner. Oh, it just didn't quite find it. This is intense. Sees that flash. Is able to 180, but his teammate doesn't. Still just a threat. Him just being there means you can't move towards
Yeah,
the
because
spike.
Truman has the cross.
Truman has such a good cross here.
Oh,
They find it.
J-Bag.
Teasen does get his one,
Wait.
though.
Wow.
Here.
What a big thrifty there.
They
for
barely
Boise State.
disassembled that crossfire. But Boise State does take that one, bringing it to a 7 against 4.
They get an operator back. It is now 4-7.
Last round
And,
before
you know,
the
definitely
switch.
Boise is definitely wanting the 5-7 here for the switch sides.
Little op fight.
And I think, you know, going in after this round, the second half, it's going to be a lot of momentum based. Boise definitely have to kind of go on a streak here. We've seen Ariana use this setup before for the retake. Puts this kind of wall behind so that once they post plant, it's really hard for them to actually get space. Has a lineup here where it's not
Get out of
their,
my way.
you know, twin snakes lineups that we've seen on Bind. Here we go. Alden getting really aggressive here, but look at Pizzasaurus. You gotta be careful. Oh, he turns around. That timing. He, you know, Tisa getting that pick makes it to turn around here, unfortunately.
The knife gets a good suppress. Gonna play after it.
And he can't put his wall up yet. Plays aggressive.
Yep.
Let's have 2 flashes here for KO, and the Viper's pick goes down. And he has a flank. He's
Nest. Oh, almost saw it. Finally on Skies.
Oh, wow. Skies gets him.
Skies does find it now. He's live another day and fight in from the side here with J-Bag.
Yeah, Tisa playing great spot.
They not quite take it. J-Bag finds this one, though. Oh, bad timing, Lotus. Good shot there.
I would say these jet knives, man, both jets are like they could not be hitting shots, but they're. I mean, it's not like they aren't, but I'm saying they're jet knives is where I want to go with that.
We've seen some crazy, like the op shots. Honestly, we've seen some hit or miss op shots, and the op fights have been a little bit scary. But like when it comes down to the sheriff and the knives, people are sitting right in their seat.
And now we're to see. It is now 4-8. Boise has a big comeback ahead of them if they want to get back in this game. We're going to see Wichita State go with a 5 ghost strat. And look at this. They're putting all the util on Cypher for the B site, but he's actually going to play A. And so, you know, he's setting up a lot on B for that. And, you know, he did this before in Chamber, where he put his trip on the other side of the map on the first round because you have a lot more time for it to move around. Yeah. And that's what he's doing. Yeah, Boise. Oh, T-Sun gets a kill onto J-Bag. Oh, wow. Alden gets 2, though.
Alden with a great reply. Still has the dash in order. He's going to follow on up. A big frontal A push. They're going to start with the Owl Throne through these walls. He's going to finish up that dash just to take some extra space. Looking to move in. Pizzasaurus. Good line of defense here. Trying to make sure nobody gets across this wall, but the plant's on the other side, so it is now Boise State's clock. They clear right out of there. The ball is in Wichita's court. They've got to move up. Taking that wall down to make it a little bit more difficult to walk through. Long angles. Pizzasaurus on the peak. Can't quite find it. Just can't find it. And they tag
Skies gets 1. Seeks. Daimyo gets a big shock dart.
Truman as well to get 1. Rariana coming out flying. Finds 2 with the alt hit. Going to try to bonus up that gun.
Yeah,
low health, and he didn't
unfortunately,
even know.
It's just hard there for sure. Wow, he had to go for a gun, but he just stuck it, and Boise State ends up losing that round. That is definitely a very unfortunate 2v1 situation there. But Boise State is definitely going to have to dig deep after that one to come back in this game. It's going to be a hard one, but you definitely have to kind of see what you can do to come back. We see the sloth in the tree.
They got enough kills to have some cred, so we're going to see some marshals coming out. The very, very, very light buy.
And then 9-4.
And
here we go.
Boise State going to keep on pushing this A site. It was so close.
Has the lineups from Ariana, throwing the artillery away.
Skies hasn't seen anything yet. He's being a little bit more deliberate on checking those corners now.
Did get out of that, but they did hear his dash, so.
Yeah, Alden with the marshal. Trying to facilitate this door entry.
This would be a big, big thrifty round if they do win it.
Ooh. Oh, no.
Does trade.
Does trade. But the position just feels a little bit awkward. Yeah, he's got to clear back out of there. He basically just ran in for the trade and then just back out. So it's going to be a re-hit on Pizzasaurus, just taking people down. Oh, they do trade him for this re-hit. It's going to bonus up a weapon. That's nice. This Spectre's good. Try to get back out for this B. They do get rid now of, as they're looking to move on to B, all of his utility that made
wow, what a shot. And playing such a crazy angle, too. There's not much room to react there. So this is a great shot.
Plant is down, hoping that he retreats that direction.
Oh, hits some body, yeah. It's a lot of damage, though. They are tagged.
Lotus not super happy about that one. Kind of has to reposition. Wichita State looking to take the retake from side doors. Daimyo ready to take them if they don't do any checks. Oh, and it was the small check, but it's just not quite enough. As Seeks and Lotus trade and take care of the last man on defuse. It's a 4-10. this
Yeah,
decider.
I mean, that was a save round for Boise, but I think this next buy here for Boise is going to have to do some damage here. It is now 4-10. Wichita definitely seems like they kind of have momentum leaning towards their favor with just kind of how the last couple rounds have gone, especially after that pistol round and that, the 2v1 unfortunate just stick.
Definitely.
But now here we are in the round 15. We're going to see Boise State. They do have the gun advantage, but can they win this round? I think if they don't win this round, it's definitely going to be very even harder to catch up here. So here we go.
All the movement straight in. A lot of force, really looking for something here. Gonna try to attack from the side, but that site's almost open because they're all forcing down through cave. They're only gonna find one, but he's the one with the, they're already defending from the side, but yeah, they took the spike. The one person with the spike was the one alone in cave. The win con's kind of changed. They've got to now fight through cave, take care of everyone there, and then move back on a site, but Wichita State's behind it. So once they leave, they're gonna take the pyramids again. You kind of have to win by kills. Pizzasaurus
One enemy
through the
remaining.
Marshall has easy eyes on this one. And the
Yeah,
teammates coming
and
out.
I will say a teammates there from Wichita State in this situation where Boise does a full buy there is definitely going to leave a big mark there.
It's huge. It's a rough one. Only 2 mistakes left can Boise State make. It was just, I think, lucky that Wichita State decided to full bomb rush straight through there on A, win. Everybody had left except for the guy with the spike.
Sure.
If the guy with the spike was with the team on site, then it would have been just like,
I'll find them.
fast travel to retake scenario where they've got to buckle in quick. But there was just almost no way to win that one.
Yep, and here we go. Boise State, you have to make a miracle out of nothing, I would say. They have a save round right now, and they're going to do another, basically a thrifty. They've been pretty good at them tonight, but the favor in the moment, I guess, morale, I would say, is definitely in Wichita's favor here. And gets one.
Truman barely takes that one. Does get a good second one, and that spike down.
Skies gets one, though.
Yeah,
It's now still 4v3.
do reply to him, but
The timing. Yeah, he just looked away from that. Aldo has an eyes, though. Oh, T-Sun.
Thiessen looking to send us
Yeah,
home.
say he's like, I have been
Skies has to get all the way up to
popping off
spike
here, so.
and run it to B. That's really his only option. He can't really save here. And turns
Yeah,
left
I
at
was
the wrong
say,
time.
it's just these guys are playing all these places that you don't think they would be.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now it's going to be game
Cypher.
point for Wichita
Match
State.
point.
4-12. Boise has a bye, but I'll say right now it just seems like all momentum is in Wichita's favor, and it would take a miracle for Boise State to come back. Not saying it hasn't been done, but it's definitely going to take everything they've had.
It's true.
And just some great performance so far shown by Wichita State in this third map, just showing the perseverance and then just the mental fortitude that they have for this round. So we're going to see here. Boise State is fully rushing B. There's one person on site here, though.
It's Seeks, and that's a big one. Makes
Hunter's
the
Fury.
call.
Seeks gets one.
He does find his one, and that's the only one that was on site. Everybody else is trying to jump the Hunter's Fury. It's not looking good. He's going to keep sending utility just to keep them at bay while a full rotate is out. The hunt has begun. If Boise State wants to rotate, now's the time. They've dropped spike and kind of buckled in, hoping for some kind of a push here. And we know Wichita State, feeling hot, might go for it. Nope, they're just going to set up the best crossfire they can. Skies finds its one straight through. A little bit of utility. Truman now feeling aggressive because of it. Thiessen trying to find someone up top from Nest. Not quite there. Nothing from the knife. So
Yeah, say Pizzasaurus is falling asleep on A site. He's just kind of holding it down.
just making sure.
He's like, I have it here. I mean, I don't know. Pizzasaurus is kind of how he plays. Peeks gets one. Oh, does trade.
Wow,
Rariana gets
good.
two.
A lot of value.
Countered by Pit coming in. Oh, great spray through. Actually, there's a lot of damage there to T-Sun. He's probably flashed through this. Doesn't flash through it.
Enemy remaining.
And now gets 3. 1v3 scenario for Pizzasaurus.
Yeah.
He has been in this moment a lot today. Skies gets 1.
Pizzasaurus probably cannot believe that he was able to hold one site all by himself, but 4 people couldn't hold down the
Yeah,
other
he's
site.
like, guys.
I put it together.
Joe, I want to actually point out, though, it's still, great job for Boise State, staying in the game, try as much as they can.
Keep pushing.
Not giving up.
That means they get to loop to another bye.
Yeah, it's just giving their all at the end here. You know, still going one round. You know, one round by one round. So definitely want to applaud that in terms of let's see how far you can go with it. And here we go. Going into the next round. Still game point for Wichita State. Boise staying as much as they can to stay alive. Oh my gosh. Adam was looking for the dart, but almost got dropped by Lotus. Doesn't look right. Tisa gets one.
Straight in. Tisa takes
Trades back. Picks up the other gun for the bullets. Wow, great shot by Lotus. Pizzasaurus is now on his sight. Gets him down. 4v1. Rariana, can he do it?
Yeah, that was a huge one. Rariana's got all the way to Spike.
Oh, wow.
Takes one in midair. That's great, but Pizzasaurus is his next opponent. Oh, almost
1v3, 1v2. Oh, and had the flank, and Wichita State take it down 2-1 and are going to go on to the NACE playoffs, whereas Boise will have to play in the LCQ, which is the last chance qualifier, I think, in the near future for that. And I want to say well played to Wichita State. That game 3, Mental just doing a great job. They lost that game 2. First game very hard fought and just, you know, really showed up there. And of course, we have Drop In Gaming, which is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. And overall, had a great job on the night and things like that. But the thing is to be ICU player of the game.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of options. I mean, I think, you know, in the 3 games, there was kind of a different player for all of them. I mean,
it's true.
There really wasn't a single person that did. I think if there was like one of them that speaks to mind, I mean, Pizzasaurus definitely did a good job.
I feel like I said his name the most. He
yeah.
was very present.
Impact, at least, yeah.
Impact-wise,
yeah.
game 1 kind of came forward on game 3.
Yeah, I mean, game 2, I mean, he was playing Haven, just kind of happened, but we're going to see and kind of who these players are. Could see Sky. Sky's had a great series. Could be Aldum. Aldum did a great job on these. Rariana had some great moments. You know, a lot of different players kind of had their moments here, but Rariana's going to be the first one. Saw some moments from him, especially the very last one there. Just some highlights. Yeah, and then there's Aldum. I would say Aldum for sure.
And Aldum did great on map 3, too.
Absolutely. I mean, those jet knives today were just crazy. And then, you know, just going through it. Being the only duelist, too. I mean, I think that's another thing that needs to be said, too. I mean, solo duelist is generally a pretty hard job because you have to be the person who's, you know, by yourself for it. Of course, we have Daimyo always supporting the team with the Fade, and then, of course, the IGL and the Sova. And, you know, I think personally I'd probably give it to all of them today. I think, you know, like I said, just playing overall pretty consistently on all 3 of those matches, doing his role, I think, at the end of the day, has some great shots. And, you know, we'll kind of get to see on who that actually is going to be. But, you know, I think going back on it really quick is just great overall matches tonight. 3 games, going the distance. And it's going to be Rariana. Yeah, Rariana had some great games. I think very consistent player throughout the night as well. Once again, playing the kind of that role that they need to play, controller role. Oh, it's actually Alden. So both players doing great. But Alden had some great moments, I would say. I mean, we saw him get so many first bloods, solo kills, all these things that, you know, you want your duelist to be.
A lot of duos, too.
And I think, like I said, I think, you know, when you have that one duelist, he does everything that you kind of asked him for. He's entering, he's getting those picks. Had a lot of multi-kills, too, where you see him get 1 or 2 right away in a situation where you're like, okay, there's no way he should have been able to do that. But I think Boise State, you know, supports him great. And, of course, the player of the game is brought to you by Idaho Central Union. Credit union who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Aldum is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. We see more of those knives plays. Actually crazy on the knives.
Yes.
Did a great job on Jet. Sure they can play Raze and Jet, and you know, definitely tried their best. But, you know, before we kind of go away, Greg, what do you think here? Any big takeaways before we
what a
part?
crazy mental game. I mean, a lot on the line. It came down to the wire 2 times in a row, and it was just such a stressful battle for that 3rd one.
Yes, I mean, 3-game series, especially like this, that go on for so long, definitely take a lot of mental energy. And, of course, we'll end the night by the Idaho Army National Plays, which is presented by the, top 5 plays, but presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take impressive critical thinking skills into real time with more than 10 jobs offering a $20K bonus and a degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Thank you so much for watching. Congratulations to Wichita State, and have a great night.
tiny bit, but this C hold is pretty relaxed. Skies just considering, making sure they don't go too aggressive, keeping them honest. Gotta have some push through B. It's getting intense. They're talking so much on stage, just getting sweaty with the mics. All of them under so much pressure. They timed it out just right. Lotus is gonna find payback. Omen goes crazy by 3 in a row. Yeah, it is. It's a nice, yeah, that's a rough one for Skies. Kind of got caught off guard as they're trying to back-to-back that one. Moving right in for another one. Truman gets a little bit of eyes. Looks like they're playing very aggressive
really
on A.
aggressive.
Boise State really wants to take this bonus, does not want to have it.
Got the dog kill.
Lotus and Seeks finding their ones.
And we're gonna have the jet knives here. Aldum, seeing what we can make out of this. Does see the silence. Here's the operator mid. Gonna do a peek up here. It's a hard situation. Yeah.
Wow, very clean. I would eat off that one. And again, he's crazy.
Yet though, loses the flash. Oh, unfortunately, Totus does get the kill there. Boise State is now down 1. Great nade from Aldum. Trade back and forth now. Still 4v2. Teason gets 2 there.
Teason did well with what he could. Pizzasaurus takes a beautiful angle, looking for another one and finds it. Forward, they check some of the angles. Lucky to be facing that way, but they both go down. Lotus now moving in with Teason, trying to get onto the site here. The retake is out. Lotus, just can't quite defend. Goes down to the ult play.
There it is. And there it is, 3v3 person alive retake there. A lot of low, like, they're all 3 are low. So that was definitely a